What's up, Apple? How are you? I think I spelled. That's all good. What's up, Stacy? What's the meaning of these? When you start getting more tapped in, you start unlocking like your psychic abilities. Everyone has access to them, but this matrix tries to blind you to your gifts. But each one is like clairvoyancy. That's like when you get like visions through your dreams. Clairaudience is clear hearing. Clair sentience is clear feeling. Clairalience is clear smelling. Claircognizance is basically just the gift of discernment. I'm pretty good, Stacy. How you feeling? What's good, M? How are you? Uh, Fear, appreciate it. Ash, appreciate the rose. Empress, appreciate it. We back, we back. You got the three first. When did you notice you had it? You think you have all? That's definitely possible. There's also some I haven't put on here. Uh, Only for the fact like I've only put like the ones that are like most common. Oh, just participating in the chosen one. Hey, hopefully everything's all right on your end. The chosen one Olympics is insane. Can I say them again? Clairvoyant, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairalience, claircognizance. Appreciate the heart, man. From young age, I noticed the feeling and the dreaming. Yeah, I think a lot of people they experience visions and stuff like that, but they never knew exactly what it was until probably like you awakened, you figured out what this was. You're like, oh, I've been doing that. Claircognizance is also basically just the gift of discernment. So when people are saying they have discernment, that's them tapping into their claircognizance. And some people are more tapped in than others. Like everyone has discernment, but some people really have discernment. What's up, Lil? How are you? You've been having great dreams ever since you've been fasting? That's amazing. I be telling everyone in here, if you can't remember your dreams, that is spiritual warfare. There's so much to be learned in your dreams. It be showing you so much. Like earlier this year, there was like this cult that was doing some very weird things, and I was only able to know because I had a dream about the leader doing witchcraft on me. JN, appreciate the follow. Yeah, fasting's amazing. That's why like I love going like live earlier in the day because I be in a fasted state and doing lives on a fasted state. This be a breeze to me. I'm not gonna lie. A 3 hour live stream in a fasted state feels like just like an hour. You sure teach me a lot in my depression. I got you. Grand Rising Truth, how are you? What's up, Sheree? Nah, it wasn't the Freemasons. Aloha. You from Hawaii, Jason? Period. Appreciate the follow. You looking these up? What's up, Paulette? What's good? Paulette, you definitely have a clear cognizance. I'll say that. Dan, appreciate the gift. Dan, appreciate the follow. What's up, Dell? But how's everyone doing on this Sunday? I think Saturday. I'll be in my own world. I don't be knowing what the days are. What's today? What's today, guys? I want to say probably Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. You're clairvoyant. Yeah, I think a lot of people are clair. Even when you're younger, you be getting these dreams, and then sometimes you might have moments in your life where you have a dream and things just start lining up to what your dream was showing you. And then sometimes you guys probably think that was deja vu, when in reality, it's a dream you had. I also recommend you guys to, because some of you guys be like, I don't remember my dreams, when I don't think you guys are making an effort to. Stop watching me, bro. Hope you're good. Hey, appreciate the gift. Thank you, thank you. Hope you're good as well. But yeah, like if you wake up and you hop out of your bed immediately, you're gonna forget your dream unless it was like a very vivid dream. But if you wake up in the morning and you start journaling, like that's what I've been doing. As soon as I open my eyes, I start journaling about what I dreamed about, and your dreams will give you some crazy insights. Trust me. You might have someone in your life right now that's having conversations about you behind your back. Your dream will tell you that. If you dream about somebody, they're playing with snakes, I would get away from that person. If you dream about somebody and they try to get away from that person immediately. Shauna, appreciate the follow. And once you guys like really like start trusting your gifts, because I think a lot of you guys like you have it, but you're like, I don't know, I don't want to trust it. Once you fully trust it, you'll be freaking out a lot of people. Imagine like having a dream that someone's doing something and like you just cut them off. They'll be like, how did they know? You probably get people like accusing you of spying or something. They're spying on me. I get those messages like every day. Uh Ink, appreciate the follow. Blessings right back at you, Rhonda. I try not to speak on the whole church thing. These apps are like very like they'll flag me if I start talking about that. Kevin, appreciate the follow. They call me paranoid. Man, the shaming tactics they'll use, as soon as the shaming tactics start happening, that's how you know you on the right path. They'll try to say you're overthinking. They'll try to say like you're paranoid, you're crazy. As soon as that starts, I'm like, oh, I'm onto something. Because emotionally healthy people are not telling you like you're crazy. I'm trying to figure it out. And if you are crazy, they're not telling you. Just get away from you. Someone sent a message I want to respond to. Can you become clairaudient? All these abilities are things you could tap into. These aren't no one's exempt from being able to not have these gifts. It's just the matrix has people so far deep in the programming that they're kind of like locked off from their gifts. You guys start tapping into it. Either you were always gifted, because some people like they're just been gifted their whole lives. They haven't really had to train with it. Some of you guys awakened and then started being self-aware to even notice it is a thing. But yeah, you definitely become clairaudient. Appreciate the heart, me. Heavy on the claircognizance. Yeah, just the gift of discernment. Uh, I say this all the time, but women kind of like naturally have claircognizance. Women intuition is just claircognizance. Always see me on Instagram. Appreciate you. Never knew I had a YouTube. Yeah, uh, on YouTube for like 6 months. Appreciate the heart, man. Any thoughts on MJ and his vibration and spirituality? My YouTube is linked in the bio. If you guys want to watch the stream afterwards, it's going to be uploaded as soon as this live is over. MJ was definitely like a high vibrational individual. That's why the world treated him as they did. Uh, what I've also noticed too is like the world like demonizes you like while you're here, because how they treat Michael Jackson now as opposed to like when he was alive is like a night and day difference. It's like a person will leave the earth and now all of a sudden, even the ones that was like hating very hard, like we always loved him, he's amazing, this and that. And then you have some people where they're definitely bad people and they leave and it's still like they get that halo effect like after leaving. It's crazy. I'm not putting that on Michael Jackson, but I'm saying it happens to some people. I kind of just see like how leaving this planet makes people like shift their mindset. You should sound like Michael Jackson. It's my voice I be using like when I imitate anybody. What's up, Izzy? I love you too. Hey, Lil Yan, that's what's up. It takes a very strong mind to defend somebody while it's not popular to. When everyone's going against that person, you're like, nah, he didn't do it. Michael Jackson's innocent. You think people is brave enough to say that, like while he was going through that? Of course, there was people doing it, but it takes very brave individuals to speak out against it. They will paint you as crazy. Who in here, because of your discernment or because of your psychic gifts, have been painted crazy? Drop ones in the chat. You're seeing more than meets the eye, but they're like, there's no way. You're crazy. Stop. You're harassing me. Man, like because everyone out here is like manipulating, it's crazy. Like 90% of the world. So when you have like that one, like, because you guys aren't the average person. So when they're out here manipulating people and laughing and enjoying and having the time of their life, and then you come around and you're like, wait, no, no, no. You're not, you're doing this, you're doing that. Now they got to go to the shaming tactics because they can't really challenge you like on a logical field. So they start throwing the delusional like accusations. And it's crazy because they all say the same thing. Like it's like different, but the same tactics, which is very crazy. So when you have pattern recognition, like you start seeing this stuff, and it's like a programming they automatically go to. Eric, appreciate the gifts. You have all of them. You are spiritually gifted, my friend. You always know what they're gonna say 10 steps ahead. That's fire. You be feeling like a real life psychic when you can predict what someone's gonna say or what they're gonna do. Sometimes like you're like you don't want to tell anybody because you know they'll call you crazy, but then when it happens, you'd be like, damn, I wish I said something because you don't get this validated in real life. To be honest, Moonchild, appreciate it. Psychics are not validated within society. Rub a dub dub, I appreciate it. I probably added more to your name. My bad. They all operate the same. Facts. They always try to silence you so you know the truth. Facts. And that's why some people they just go mute. They stop talking. They eject themselves out of society because they don't want to operate in lies and like all this like manipulation and stuff. Some people are happy being in it. Uh some people choose to stay in their bubble. They got the call to awaken. You guys got that call. You're like, all right, let's do it because you guys have a high preference for the truth. Some people got that call and they're like, nah, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna stay in my bubble. Had to stop talking for a bit. Yeah, I went mute for like a cool couple months. Is there a way to help a narcissist heal? You'll lose yourself trying to help someone else heal. Other people's trauma is not your responsibility. And also, too, if you guys are dating people and they're like using you as like a therapist, I've never really been like on board with that. Yeah, I feel like your partner should support you, this and that, but your partner expecting you to be like their 24/7 therapist, I'm not with that. You lose yourself, exactly. You lose yourself, and at the end, they're not gonna say, "Oh, thank you for helping me a little bit. It didn't work out. Wish you the best." You'll like lose yourself trying to help them, and then they'll drop kick you at the end of that, make it seem like you didn't do anything. You should read my chat messages. Yeah, I got you, bro. They get mad for no reason. Facts. Bro to bro. I appreciate the follow. Dropkick, am I lying? You start being down, you need them to return the therapy. They'll like laugh in your face. Like, who do you think you are? We signed a contract. You give me your energy, I take it. I don't give anything back. So why are you trying to go against that contract? Like, that's how they be moving. I appreciate it, Mr. Puka. Right back at you. Sam, appreciate the follow. Moonchild, appreciate the follow. Matt, I need this reassurance today. I got you. Claire Aliens is the gift, the Claire smelling, also called Claire olfactory. I don't have it. There's not a lot of people that do have it, but there's people out there that have it. Your mind is awesome. Appreciate it. But I have a truth that ensures no one in the world ever lives like this again. You mean like you have your truth that you feel like you have a responsibility to say to help other people? If so, I believe it. How do you go about doing a distance thing with your parents? You just got to understand what helps me is to know that they can't help how they are based on their childhood. And you need to protect yourself first and foremost. So you shouldn't feel guilty for putting yourself first. And if you do, that just shows that you just got to like work on that self love. Being black and chosen is like double the hate. Man, facts. Double whammy. Forgive everyone, including yourself. Facts. Guys dropping some bars today. People don't always talk about how important it is to forgive yourself. We're all human. We make mistakes. Try not to fall into perfectionism, guys. As long as you're trying to get better every single day, that's all that matters. I love your time. Your TikToks, all of them so on point with what's happening in my work environment. I got you. Yeah, working while you have these gifts as well, that's going to be very difficult. They'll switch up on you very fast, no matter how like nice they come off. Paulette, appreciate it. Can you do a list of books you recommend? I got you. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm gonna do that right when I get off of this live today. Neurodivergent. That's what they be calling us. I honestly don't even like titles like that. I feel like a title puts us in a box. But if you relate to the videos, sure. Frequency too high for a 9 to 5. It sucks. But you just got to reframe your mind because like your frequency is too high for a 9 to 5. It sucks. You think it sucks because you think you need to work a 9 to 5 and you need to be there. When if you shift the perspective, some people can't escape the 9 to 5. Your energy is literally pushing you away from a 9 to 5. And I think that's a beautiful thing. If you would just trust yourself, trust God, trust the universe, leave the 9 to 5, not knowing how you're going to make it, money's just going to start coming to you. But I get it. It's very hard to beat that programming because, like, we're told that you need to make money to pay your bills, this and that. So to leave your job, that's like, damn, like you had that little voice in your back of your head, like, I know it's true, but is it really true? Let go and let God. Facts. God saved me from this evil world. Luckily, man, that's an amazing message. Because yeah, as evil as this world is, if you stay in the light, you're gonna be out on top. Honestly, demons, people that attack you, they never prosper. It looked like they're winning in the beginning, but you always come out on top if you have faith. Could you explain the clairs? Clairvoyancy is like getting dreams of the future. Clairaudience is clear hearing, so receiving messages through sound. A lot of people that are clairaudient, they get messages through music. For example, some people be going through it, like, man, no one's there for me. I don't have anybody. And you probably hear a song in the background saying, let it all work out, letting you know that you are protected. Sentience is the gift of feeling, clear feeling. Uh, that's like empathy, like times 10. You can just feel the energy. Sometimes you can walk into a room and know people are talking about you. That's clear sentience. Clear aliens is the clear smelling. Sometimes people be smelling things that isn't there. Maybe they be smelling roses during a meditation session. And the things that you smell, they all have a different meaning. And clear cognizance is just the gift of discernment, which is basically clear knowing when you just know. Sometimes people lie to you and you just know they're lying immediately. That's clear cognizance. And all these gifts, the longer you're on the journey, the stronger it's going to become. For example, everyone has discernment, but some people, like, the discernment isn't as strong as yours. Your discernment, you've been on this journey and it's just been getting stronger with what you've been learning and how your frequency has been going up. And if you keep going, you really strengthen these gifts and become a real life X-Men. Chats like this is gonna like make you guys understand and validate your gifts, but you cannot say this out loud, guys. So all this stuff I'm saying, keep it between us and the people you know that be knowing this. You go outside and start saying, I'm a psychic, I'm part of the X-Men or something, they'll lock you up immediately. Uh, so I just want to give that warning. I never know who's watching me and is like, all right, I'm about to like truly walk in my gifts and let other people know. Also, if you have discernment, you know certain things. There's some things you can't tell people. If you're in a group of people and it's like that one person everyone likes, but you know they're a demon, the people around you is like under a spell. And that spell is like, if you cause any issues with the main leader or something, they gonna start turning on you. You're not really battling like regular people. You're battling NPCs and demons. You got to see it and just move accordingly. You're like, oh, that person's a demon. Start playing dumb. When you guys first started like activating these gifts, you guys thought like you were like Superman or something. You guys are like, I'm gonna go save the world. I'm gonna go expose everybody. And I don't think that turned out so well for you guys. You guys went out there, it's like, you're a demon. You're a narcissist. Everyone. And I get it. It's like very overstimulating. Like when you first start seeing these things. I know I was doing it. Because then you start seeing like a majority of people, like they can't go like a conversation without trying to manipulate you or something. So I'll be talking to family members and I'll be like, were you just manipulating me right there? And then like people would just like stop not wanting to talk to me. What helps is like opening up your heart chakra, not judging people. Before, like when I activated it, I didn't want to leave my house for nothing. But then if you're gonna like if you have to like coexist with these people, I'm not saying you gotta be their friends. I'm not saying you gotta date these people, but you gotta like learn how to like live amongst them as well. It's funny because it's so obvious to you, but not everyone else. And that be throwing me off. It's like a lot of cognitive dissonance that be going on with myself. Someone does something and I'm like, that was very obvious. They just expose themselves as a demon. And I'd be looking around and people be laughing very hard. If anything, that thing that you probably saw that they got exposed for made everyone else love them even more. And I'm like, oh, damn. And that can be the exact reason why you'll feel crazy too. Because when you're like the only one that's seeing it, you don't want to be an egotistical person. Like, you're like, okay, there's no way I'm the only one that activated this. Like, there's no way I'm the only one seeing this. And you get proven right like 90% of the time. And it's insane. They live exactly. You probably You probably had to get proven right like 5 or 6 times for you to finally be like, you know what? I know what I'm talking about. I be saying, guys, being humble, sometimes that's gonna like hold you guys back and stuff. Sometimes you have to be let it be known. I have clear cognizance, I have discernment, I see through the BS. And clear cognizance is like one that is easy to like decipher. Once you start knowing how to decipher like music messages, what's up 290? What's good? When we started the streaming this the streaming group. But once you can learn how to like decipher messages through like clairaudience, clairvoyancy, no one's gonna want to be around you, or no one's gonna like even try to attempt to like manipulate you, unless like you deal with like a very, very like egotistical person. Imagine being so tapped in that as soon as like someone is like trying to like manipulate you, the songs be telling you immediately like, "Yo, that's a demon." Then your claircognizance starts kicking in, the clairsentience, start predicting things. Some covens are just gonna know like we shouldn't mess with that person. But I'm never gonna say that you will always be left alone, because there's always gonna be someone out there that just thinks that like they can beat God or something. They can beat God's favor. They can beat your gifts, this and that. And then you gotta like, not that you want to, but sometimes you just being who you are just humbles other people. Like they'll try to humble you, then it'll backfire. They'll humble themselves. When in reality, you never wanted to even do any of that. Or in you didn't even do anything too. Just chilling, just like not like really reacting makes people like expose themselves. You have all of them. That's what's up. You're spiritually gifted. I have all of them except Claire Aliens. I don't have that. I appreciate the heart, man. And when I say all of them, I mean all of them that's on this list, because I think there's more aside from this list as well. Eddie, appreciate the follow. If you start seeing numbers, they could be affirmations, definitely. I also tell people too, because there's like a lot of definitions online of like what the angel numbers mean. But I also be saying like pay attention to what you are thinking about when you see an angel number. Because sometimes it could just be as simple as like a confirmation or something. Sometimes I be having like a, because my brain never really goes off. I'm always trying to like put things together. And I be thinking something and I'm like, can that be it? And I see an angel number. I'm like, oh, that's confirmation. What does 1111 mean? To me, that means like alignment. So I started seeing that when I first awakened, which let me know like I'm on like going the right path, and that like whatever you're trying to manifest is about to find its way into the 3D. You had the wildest awakening. How'd it go? Do you meditate? Yeah, I started doing it like 3 times a day. I be telling people like my meditation schedule, but it changes up because I'm always like trying to experiment and stuff. Right now, I'm on as soon as I wake up, go do cardio, go meditate for an hour, 2 minutes afternoon, then 10 minutes before I go to sleep. So far, that's been pretty cool. I've been liking the effects. Diamond, appreciate the follow. You got to stay still sometimes. Facts. I love you, and I think I lost it. You're such an asset to the whole humanity. Appreciate it. Thank you. Sarah, appreciate the follow. Artist, appreciate it. Thank you. You're tired? What's going on? And you guys are tired from the demons and stuff like that. Please don't let them win. Know you're not alone. And the best way to beat a demon is with success. So alchemize that energy. If people keep attacking you, use that as motivation to get better and stuff. Because remember, God wants to like show them your blessings in front of them, but you got to meet God halfway. He's not just going to bless you without you doing anything. Appreciate the heart, man. How long do I do cardio? I do 2.5 miles in the morning. Appreciate the heart, man. Haters motivate you. They got to. Bro, these demons will disrupt your sleep too. Go to sleep in a fasted state. You just stop listening to music. You're tired of the messages. You should just ground yourself, if anything, if they're getting like pretty overwhelming. Hey, I like your videos. Thank you for doing the good work. Appreciate it. Thank you. A cycle of car trouble, home, and work. When you said you were tired, hey, you got this. You'll get through it. Whatever's getting you down right now, there's better times ahead. Mystic, appreciate the wink, wink. Would you ever come to Nigeria? Of course. I love traveling, so like I always kind of just like be around and stuff. Mr. Relentless, appreciate the follow. All your videos describe me to a T. Thank you so much for the content. Glad I'm able to give you clarity. Hard times trying to teach us something. Facts. You learn your most like through like your lowest moments and your hard times. So when you're going through stuff, like just know that, oh, you're gonna be able to use this to elevate. So that's how like I reframe it when I'm going through something. When I started waking up, I noticed random people staring at me in traffic or when driving past my business. It was all confirming what you've been saying. I got you. Yeah, you get stared at a lot on this journey. At a certain point, it makes it kind of uncomfortable to go outside, but you kind of like just learn to live with it. Especially like when you're clear sentient, you feel everything. I be feeling like it's the old me was very extroverted and like I could have everyone in my energy. Now when people get close to me, like I just be feeling like a bunch of energy, and I'm like, yo, why'd I come outside? It's actually been my biggest motivation to like not really eat out as much because to the normal person, they can just go out, buy food, come back home. That's like a normal trip for them. Me, it feels like a mission. Like, no, I got to go outside, run into energies I don't want to run into. It's very uncomfortable. Like you got to prepare exactly. The best thing with these gifts is to not let it like if you're not experienced with your gifts, it could work against you. For example, when I first unlocked my claircognizance or the gift of discernment, it was working against me instead of for me because I was just seeing so much and I wasn't used to it. I didn't like knowing when people were lying. I didn't like knowing things I shouldn't be knowing. I was like very overstimulated and I didn't even like having conversations with people. But after a time, like you kind of like learn because I didn't really sit down and be like, yo, let me figure out how to use this like a superhero movie or something. You just keep going out there and just keep operating. It just kind of comes naturally. Clairsentience, that's the gift of feeling. That's clear feeling. So you guys are empaths. Clairsentience is taking empathy to a whole nother level. One example I'd be given is like you can like walk into like a group of people or like a friend group and know they were talking about you because you feel the energy, you feel the vibes. Like that's clear sentience in real time. And once again, I don't like going through that. Sometimes I do be thinking ignorance is bliss. Only sometimes though, because I do know knowledge is liberation. I'd rather know than not know. But sometimes I'd be like, oh, these people are cool. Come in, they were talking about me. Damn, another group, another group of friends. You just see things very early and it just gets kind of like isolating because then you can start cutting off people for things they don't even know you know about and then they'll try to gaslight you. I'm like, nah, nah, nah. Here we go again. That's what I'm saying. I like doing these lives because like I could just talk and like you guys understand me exactly. That here we go again. I'm telling you. Yeah, at least we got the internet. That's why I be saying like I know we complain about the soul contract. We're like, why did we sign it? I reframe it into like, at least I signed it to be in a time where there's internet. I cannot imagine doing this life like by myself, just no internet. And I'm thinking I'm the only one out here. Nah, I'm not doing that. Because they like it's already kind of like hard believing that these things is even real with having other people on the internet saying it. Imagine just being out there, just like I know it. Your sleep. This is no. I would have just accepted I was crazy at that point. You think you're totally crazy. Facts. I probably would have went look a long time ago. Can you explain all the clairs? I got you. So like clairvoyancy is uh it's clear seeing. Yeah, clear seeing. So basically you get visions through your dreams. So when you have dreams about things that happen in the future, clairvoyancy. Clairaudience is clear hearing. You get messages through sound. So I do bring up the music example, but sometimes too, like like I don't know if any of you guys are in here, but do you guys like ever like talk to yourself? Because there's a lot of people in this reality that won't understand you. So when you're having conversations of yourself and you're breaking down things, that is clear audience. You're getting messages through your higher self, through your voice, clear audience. And like I said as well, you can also get it through music. If you are one thing as well, like your twin flame, or if you guys are like in any type of like talking stage or like a soul tie, that person will like send you messages like through songs. It's like very weird. I don't know if that's like happened to you guys, but clear sentience is also clear feeling, just empathy times 10, where like clear feeling, like you get messages through how you are feeling. Uh aliens is the clear smelling. So if you get messages through your smelling, like sometimes people meditate, they smell perfume from like probably someone that's no longer here, no letting you know that they're like watching over you. Claircognizance is just gifted discernment. But yeah, twin flames will definitely like send you messages like through music and stuff. And if like you're ever like thinking about someone like randomly, like you're good, you're chilling, and then randomly you start yearning for somebody, that could be a couple things, but sometimes it's mainly so like they're sending you like psychic messages as well. But do be careful with that because sometimes people do like witchcraft. Like sometimes you're thinking about somebody because they're thinking about you, and it's genuine, this and that. But then sometimes people are doing witchcraft on you. So you gotta like vibrate high enough to know what is going on in that moment. Uh Eternally renewed or something. What was the term you said to research to look it up? I make a lot of videos, Heather. You're gonna have to like be more specific. You hate witchcraft? Yeah, when you're at a certain level though, it doesn't affect you. It'd be weird though, because you'd be at a certain level and you know when someone is doing it. It's just like funny. How to remove witchcraft, get your frequency higher. If you're dealing with it at this moment, practice gratitude. If you can remain grateful while you're going through the witchcraft, that will make it backfire immediately. Imagine someone's doing witchcraft on you and the intent is to make you go crazy, make you think you're crazy, or make you depressed, this and that. And then you're at the house writing in a journal, like, oh, I'm grateful I'm going through this right now. That is like an automatic return to sender at that point. And if you guys start like learning how to do these things, people is gonna stop wanting to do witchcraft on you or a love spell. It'd be funny. Some of you guys be knowing it's a love spell too, but you guys still allow it to like get to you. That's what be throwing me off. I be hearing some of these stories like you knew though. And sometimes you guys want to do stuff just for the plot, and I'm like, all right, I'm not doing anything for the plot anymore. Doing stuff for the plot be almost taking me out. But yeah, when people's like love bombing you, trying to manipulate you and saying all these different things to get you to fall for them, that's witchcraft in real time. There should be no reason why like someone is saying I love you on the first date. That should be a sign to walk away immediately. Some of you guys be like, tell me more. At that point, something has to happen. Like God is like, all right, we gotta like make you learn this lesson the hard way or something. If someone is saying like I want to have a baby with you, you guys haven't even went on a date, that is a spell. There's no reason you should be looking at that message on your phone like, "Aw." You see a message like that, you haven't even met the person. That's block. That there's just some things that's like block immediately. And I can't make a list for all of these things. You guys got to be able to see it like while it's happening. Because if you don't, these honey traps will be taking you out. Take you out, and then you'll be on one of these live streams saying, "They got me, they got me." You allowed them to get you. Ankh, just meditate a lot more. The longer you meditate and go within, naturally that stuff will just start happening for you. Calling you boo, babe, we just met 15 minutes ago. Facts. They took my money for things, but no more. Yeah, don't allow people to do that type of stuff. Your imitation is so funny. You made drama look like comedy. Yeah, like I don't know. Like I have stopped taking this like life stuff serious like a long time ago. If you are like living life in first person mode, life, in my opinion, is gonna obliterate you. But if you can unlock your metacognition and like observe life from like a bird, like a bird's eye view, like all this stuff is just very interesting to me. Like my Truman Show is like a comedy drama. Sure, appreciate the follow. A honey trap is someone the Matrix sends, or in the spiritual realm, like a demon that will be sent your way to completely knock you off your path. Some of you guys be locked in. Some of you guys be on the right, your highest path. Like you're doing everything right, going to the gym, you're eating healthy, you're getting rid of your bad habits. So in the Matrix or these demons be looking at it like looking at you like, all right, what can we send to throw this person off? You probably told the monitoring spirit that you were lonely or something. Like, we got him. We got her. Send the honey trap. And then the scary part is these people don't even know they're being used. Like, you can't be with a honey trap and be like, you're a honey trap. You're a succubus. Once again, guys, you guys having these abilities. Like, you can't really be telling people what you see. They're being used, but in their head, they be thinking like they really like you. Or sometimes like you be dealing with like with a high level demon that like is fully tapped in and just chose the path of being demonic. If you guys dealt with someone like that, I am so sorry. Because a lot of these people you will come across don't even know what they're doing. So if you come across someone that knows exactly what they're doing, this matrix is really trying to take you out. Like you got something, you got like a big purpose or something. But yeah, it's just someone that's like sent your way to like knock you off your path. A bad relationship can like really throw someone off like crazy. You could be like on path to like achieving your goals in the next year or two. A heartbreak can like delay that by like 5 years. Some people be in narcissistic relationships like 4 years. 5 years of just BS, like getting drained that whole time. And it's not obvious in the beginning. It's like you don't really notice it towards the end where you guys are starting to argue every single day. You're starting not even to uh look the way you used to look. You check your bank account, you're down to like your last 100. Everyone in here that was in a narcissistic relationship, how long were you with that person? Just so like we can give people in here like an estimate of how long a honey trap can like really like throw you off. 7 years, 5 years, 3 years. Damn, I had to scroll back up. I'm like, there's no way I saw that right. Someone said 24 years. Damn, I'm sorry that happened to you, but hey, proof's in the pudding. YouTube 219, 2.5 years, 2 years, 17 years. Damn. The important thing too, like when you do go through it, like you take the lessons from it though. Like you don't really live in the past. You kind of just like, all right, learn from it, use that to elevate. Because a lot of these things that you probably go through with a honey trap, their goal is to like knock you off, but then God has like different plans. God's like, all right, they're here to traumatize you, but we're going to use that to activate your spiritual gifts. Some of you guys probably wouldn't even unlock your gifts unless you had like some narcissistic relationship or you had like someone come and like just play with you crazy. You know how bad someone has to traumatize you where now you can read people's minds? You know how bad someone has to traumatize you where now you're like, you just have visions of the future. You can like your clear cognizance, a clear feeling, traumatize you so bad you're in nature meditating. That's how you know like they sent you a supervillain in your life. Some people go through breakups and yeah, they get a little depressed. They eat ice cream for like a month or so, and then after that, they're back on their path. For you guys, they sent like the devil them himself for some reason. And you guys had to like go start meditating, talking to animals and plants, start unlocking all these abilities. And now you're like Neo from the Matrix in a spiritual warfare you had no idea about. So it's ice cream and chips. What about you? How you doing? I'm doing amazing. What about yourself? But the lesson learned will turn you into a superhero. Exactly. I know you guys never asked to be no superhero, but hey, too bad. You guys dealt with the devil himself, and now you are a spiritual warfare warrior. And it's not all bad. Like I know we be talking about the dark side, but hey, you guys can see into the future. I don't think that gets talked about a lot. Like you guys can see into the future. I think a lot of this stuff gets taken lightly, but you be seeing things you're not supposed to be seeing and just knowing things. You don't really have people to validate you. But I'll be the first to validate you guys. You guys can do some crazy stuff. You guys became like human lie detectors. You guys probably have that one friend that has like that's still getting manipulated by a honey trap, just stuck for life because they can't see what's going on. And you come in like you're just a human lie detector. They don't even finish the sentence and you already know they're lying. That is an amazing ability. Yes, sometimes you think ignorance is bliss, but hey, even though sometimes I don't want to know, I'd rather know than not know. It's like if you're in a relationship with somebody, would you rather know they're cheating on you or would you rather just be ignorance is bliss? That's how I kind of look at it. Bella, appreciate it. You are making so much sense. I was treated so badly by narcissists my whole life that now you basically have magic. I'm telling you. I see, feel, and hear everything. Facts. Thanks for giving me clarity on that. I got you. But yeah, you'd rather know like, well, I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not gonna be the voice for all of you guys. I would rather know. Me and Kilo, we would rather know. It's crazy to say that some people though, and I know this doesn't sound believable, and it's okay if you don't believe me. There's some people out there that would rather not know, and there's also some people that know but is acting like they don't know. That could not be me. That could not be me. I need to know. I'm not wasting my time. Because then you have cheaters like minds are kind of warped or something. They be saying some crazy things. They be saying, "Well, I can cheat, but still love." Nah, 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 nah. I don't like living in other people's realities because like I see how like delusional it can be sometimes. But when people start saying stuff like that, it is time to like just dip. When people start telling you like you made me cheat on, oh no, 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 no. The more they start talking and saying stuff like that, the more they're revealing like, oh, you're a demonic person. I got to get away from you. You made me cheat. I start packing my bags immediately. But these demons, like I was saying, like if you don't have these abilities and you aren't tapped in like that, you be believing the lies. You guys have the ability to know like when people are just BSing. And sometimes you guys have the ability, but you guys want to give people the benefit of the doubt. Stop doing that. Giving people the benefit of the doubt is the reason you guys find yourselves in a lot of different situations. These demons are put here to confuse people. When I be doing one-on-ones, as soon as people be telling me they're confused, I'm like, oh, that's like a clear sign right there. And if you guys are ever confused, think about yourself. Like when people is like your friend, or if you're in a relationship with somebody, no one ever has to question your intentions. And if they do, you give clarity immediately. You guys be knowing like someone's a demon, and then you go into the conversation trying to get clarity, and you're like, hey, you know what? If I bring up my side, I'm gonna hear what he or she was thinking, and then I'm gonna feel better after this conversation. I'm gonna have a deeper understanding. A lot of these people, you have conversations with them, and you leave feeling even more confused. You be thinking like you said okay, yes, to like get the conversation to stop, but then when you get home, you're like, yo, I'm way more confused. I don't know what's going on. Latonia, appreciate it. No reasoning with them facts. Because you guys are like operating with these gifts. You guys like the truth. All you want is the truth, and you can move on. These people is like they're in like La La Land or something, or like they just be thinking that reality can be whatever they want it to be. And then anyone that challenges said reality, they be targeting them, attacking them, because how dare you make them see the truth? Demons are just people that couldn't handle reality. Like it got so bad for them that they created their own world and stuff. And then they try to like drag you into it. And you gotta like it's up to you to decide if you're gonna go into that world or not. Because people can't manipulate you. People can't take your energy like unless you allow them to. And sometimes you allow them to it with a lack of knowledge. But if you have the knowledge, you have the discernment, you have the psychic abilities, there's no reason you should allow these demons to be doing stuff. And I get it too. I know sometimes it's probably you lost the confidence in yourself because your whole life you were making the wrong choice of people to be around you. But every betrayal gave you another piece of the puzzle. And if you got betrayed a lot, now you can see these things and you shouldn't really be questioning it. If you start like going back and forth, go with your inner gut, like go with your feeling. And don't really think that you can bring other people like into it because we are surrounded by agents, guys. You never know who is playing for the enemy's team. You'll be like, all right, I can trust this one person. They seem like they're cool, this and that. Whole time they're working with the enemy. Whole time they're like the right hand man of like the main person. They're like, no, they would never do that. And you're like, oh, you know what? Maybe I was tripping. Maybe I don't have discernment. Maybe my psychic. You know what, God? I'm not listening to you. My friend or this person told me that they would never do that. So I'm gonna listen to this person. And then getting snaked out in like the worst way possible. And then God's like, hey, you want to do it yourself. So go for it. God is really trying to help you guys out. Like he could only do so much though. God is here working overtime. Like God is sending you messages to your dreams. You ignore that. God is giving you clear cognizance, like in real time. You're ignoring that. God's like, all right, like I'm gonna expose them in front of you. The people is literally telling you what they're gonna do to you. How many of you guys be having people like tell you what they're gonna do before they try to do it to you? Drop ones in the chat. When you hit a certain frequency and then you become that mirror to other people, people just start snitching on themselves, and you just gotta start paying attention. You will literally have a conversation with somebody where you're thinking like, are they trying to do this? Are they trying to do that? And the conversation, they'll just basically be like, oh yeah, I just manipulated this girl or this guy yesterday. I used this tactic. I did this and that. There's no reason people should be telling you that and not expecting you to be like, oh, this is who you are. But some of you guys be hearing people talk about how dirty they're doing other people. And for some reason, you think that you're the exception to the rule. If they're constantly talking about traumatizing people, manipulating, doing this, doing that, you're the next victim. Like, it's only a matter of time. If they're opening up and saying all that different stuff and then they do it to you and you act confused, I don't know what else to tell you at that point. Hello, Care Bears. A Care Bear is reporting in. I used to think to myself, like, why are they telling me this right now? Like, why are they like just snitching on themselves? People don't know they're doing it. It's very weird seeing it happen in real time. It happens for two reasons. One is the reason, as I said, you become a reflection. So some people can't hide from the light. You become like a walking lighthouse at a certain point. Two, your energy will make people just want to open up to you and tell you their deepest, darkest secrets. For example, you guys probably meet people and they start opening up immediately, like after like 30 seconds. You hop into an Uber driver's like, hey, what's up? You're like, what's up? You get on your phone, you start scrolling on social media, they start talking about their divorce or something. Or they start talking about that friend in like second grade that snaked them out. And that's because your guys vibrate very high. You make people feel very comfortable. Emerge, appreciate it. As an auntie, I'm proud of you for informing others. Thank you. Appreciate it. Can you explain clairsentience? It's the clear feeling. So clairsentience is like empathy, like times like just like times 10, times 20. It's basically like when you get messages through your feelings. Sometimes you can feel that someone has been talking about you. You walk into a room, you feel the vibe is off, and you can use that to decipher like what was going on when you weren't there. Psychic ability. And people will be thinking of like, how did they know? How? We did everything. How did this person find out? If people are trying to do stuff in the dark to someone that like walks in the light and has psychic gifts, it's gonna come out some way. Like that's why some people you gotta let them know like lying is not in their best interest because you guys are a human lie detector. And even if you don't like really want to believe what you are like feeling, that it's gonna come out some way. Like it's very insane how it be coming out. God has like very like unorthodox ways where you will get that truth. Sometimes God even be using the algorithm. Sometimes you guys don't know, maybe, yes. Then you hop on TikTok, and then some guy with a beanie and tattoos is explaining your exact situation. That's God in a way, breaking down a situation like verbatim. And that lets you know right there that like that person was doing what you expected. Because I don't really be saying anything new. I don't really be having, I don't be saying anything that you guys don't already know. Like you guys be having a feeling, but you don't be trusting yourself. So sometimes you need like a nudge in the right direction. And God will send angels sometimes to like confirm something to you. Just as like there's demons out there that is doing some demonic stuff, angels will be sent your way as well. Sometimes people will like or sometimes you yourself will be doubting yourself. Sometimes you'll think like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this. Da, 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 da. You'll have someone like the next day or that day be like, hey, I love what you do. You're amazing. Keep going. This and that. You just gotta pay attention to these things. Like there's no such thing as a coincidence. Everything is happening for a reason. Divine timing is a real thing. What's up, Danielle? But yeah, get in tune with these different gifts, guys. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your feelings. Your gift of discernment. You really just gotta like trust yourself, like when you are feeling these type of things, because messages are always coming your way. It's just, are you on the frequency to receive it? And everyone is receiving messages, even unawakened people, even people that's still in the matrix. Messages are hitting them all the time, but they don't know because they're not in tune to see it. If people will like tap in a little bit more, stop going to the bars, get out of that negative way of thinking, they will be able to see it too. And that's why when we start getting in tune, we're all seeing the same things. If any of you guys are in here and you think like, am I crazy, this and that? It's like, how are we all seeing the same thing? If people are saying we're in psychosis, how are we all like seeing angel numbers, getting these dreams, discernment, having like the same type of experience happening to us? That's why like hearing other people talk about it will be like confirmation of the things that you guys are experiencing. But anytime you guys are like questioning if you're crazy, that's like a witchcraft attack. Like someone out there is trying to manipulate you in some type of way. And when you are so tapped in and your psychic abilities are on point, people's like their goal is to be so delusional or say something so out of pocket that you'll think to yourself like there's no way they're saying this right now, so there must be some truth to it. Nah, people will literally like say the most craziest things out there. You can literally like throw all these like psychic gifts out the window, throw like God's favor out the window. You can literally catch someone in the act of what they're doing and they'll take it to the grave. You can have proof and everything and they'll just be like, I don't know what you're talking about. If you guys have someone like that in that has done that to you, drop a one in the chat. That's why like a lot of you guys have like just stopped opening up to people, because this world is kind of built on like lies and like manipulation. You'll catch them, they'll say like, you don't know what you're talking about. And the sad thing is, before we awaken and start tapping into these gifts, like we'll be believing it because we're like, there's no way they'll like they're acting very well. They start crying. If you have people start crying like on command in front of you guys have dealt with like a master manipulator. Those be the Delilah spirits. Those be the covert narcs. They use they're oh my, they're so smart too. Oh my god. Because they study you guys and they know you're empathetic. As soon as you catch them in the act, they're like, oh, well, they're empathetic. Tears. And then like when you guys wasn't tapped in, like you guys immediately start thinking about them, throwing your point out the window. You came to them, like confronting them on something, and then you left apologizing. That's how you know you're dealing with like a strategic, like a warlock, manipulator. If you go trying to confront someone on something and you leave apologizing and you're the one who apologized, that witchcraft just got you like crazy. And once again, if you trust your if you trust your psychic abilities, you trust your discernment, understand that not everyone deserves your empathy. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have already gotten to that point. Not everyone deserves your energy. Not everyone deserves your empathy. So some people, you got to train yourself to just turn it off, because you're not have that's not a person. That's not a real person. That's a product of a system. That's a demon. And if you're trying to be empathetic towards demons, that's going to get you out of here. Some of you guys be so deep in the spell, like you guys be under like a warlock spell, a witch's spell, and you be dating them. Some of you guys be coming in here like, but they cheated on me, but they said they love me, but they did this, but that. It's like, no, you're under a spell, and I can only say so much. I can only give so much information. at a certain point, you have to kind of take responsibility. Are you going to go no contact with that person? Are you going to cut that soul tie? Because as long as that soul tie is connected, you're going to be like under an illusion, to be honest. What do you mean they cheated on you and you're still trying to make it work with them? What do you mean they stole money from you and you're still trying to make it work with them? People start talking like that. I'm like, yo, break that spell. Those spells can make you do some crazy things. And I can only speak from experience. And you guys know from experience that when you was under a spell from somebody, that had you moving like a whole different person. Embarrassed by the things we were doing when we were trying to like make it work with some like demon out there. Cause you're like, well, because you're still putting them on the plane of like a normal person. And you're like, well, I'm trying to figure it out. You guys probably had people do like the worst things to you, and you be telling yourself, like, all right, I'm done. But then as soon as they say sorry, as soon as they act a little bit more nice, they up the spell a little bit, you throw everything they did out the window and they keep you in a state of chasing them. Sometimes they do something to you and you're scared you're going to lose that person. So now you're trying to do this to like make sure you don't lose them and stuff. That's why after you awaken, it's like, thank you. Honestly. Yes, it becomes like in the beginning, it's very hard because a lot of people won't understand you. A lot of people are like, you're going crazy, this and that. People are probably calling you crazy right now when this is like the happiest you've ever been. When you was in the like the matrix and having these people traumatize you, they wasn't saying you was crazy. When you were around the witchcraft and they were like constantly like traumatizing and tormenting you guys, they were like, oh, you're amazing. You're the best person in the world. You guys probably had the most friends or the most like relationships when you were your worst version. You were fighting for your life and everyone was saying like, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're amazing. You're like, yo, I'm about to be homeless. Like, what are you talking about? I'm about to lose my car. I'm about to get fired. I'm literally losing my health as we speak. And then you start bettering yourself and then you start raising your frequency. And now you're like the most evil person in the world. It's crazy. They'll say every name in the book. You start having boundaries, self-love, respect. Oh, you're trying to take over the world. You're a narcissist. You're an avoidant. You're a warlock. Get away from me. People will like throw words at you they don't even know the meaning to. Like, it's very crazy. They'll be like learn like a word like a week before. You start putting boundaries, they'll just throw that word at you. And that's why you get to a point on this journey where you're like, you got to like get to a point where you don't really care what other people think. Because a lot of people will like just project themselves like onto you guys. Project their insecurities, their fears, their hatred, their jealousy. And that's why it's like, thank God for these gifts. Because if we didn't have it, we would be thinking something is wrong with us. And that's something we was thinking in the beginning. Because if all these people are against us, if all these people are attacking us, then obviously it has to be us, like logically. Because on paper, there's no way there could be more demons in the world. And you're like this one person that's like operating out of light. There's no way. Come to find out, that's exactly what it is. You guys are surrounded by like straight like psychopaths, to be honest. People that was straight trying to take you out. And now that you have these gifts and can see through people, now you're probably the most alone you've ever been, but not lonely. Because when you were around those individuals and they weren't understanding you, they were attacking you, you had the illusion of like having safety, comfort, and like having people around you, but they were never your people to begin with. Yeah, exactly. Isolation is peace. And once you go through that isolation season and like you really tap into your gifts, yeah, it's going to be hard in the beginning. You're probably going to be kicking and screaming if you were extroverted in the beginning, because now you got to start reprogramming your brain. You're out every weekend partying with people, and now you're going to every single day. It's just you and your thoughts, you and your demons. You guys were forced into it, but you did something that not a lot of people can do. If you guys look at the world right now, a lot of people can't be by themselves. You see in real time, like, people can't be by themselves. And because they can't be by themselves, they tolerate a lot of BS. And trust me, that used to be some of you guys in here as well. You used to tolerate a lot of BS too, because you didn't know how to be by yourself. But that isolation season, that was like a training ground. It was like your Karate Kid moment. You're like, why do I have to do this? Only difference is you didn't really have like a Mr. Misagi. Is that his name? Or you kind of did. You had God, you had your spirit guides throwing you those intuitive messages. You're like, I don't want to be here anymore. And it's like, hey, you can go back to toxic people. But you saw how that ended for you at first. So you're either going to stay here and keep it pushing and better is coming, or you can go back to old toxic people and delay the process. It's up to you. Some of us stayed strong. Some of us probably stumbled a little bit, went back to old toxic people, got reminded immediately, because God will like show you like, all right, we're not doing this. Like you were just with these people, they traumatized you. So if you try to go back, God is going to show you immediately. Like this, like the second day, you're going to get reminded of like why you shouldn't go back to old people. And then you go back to your isolation. You're like, all right. Let's do it. And you're not seeing it because you're not really having a progress report, but you were getting molded into like this person that can be by yourself, that won't fall for no groupthink. And now people can't manipulate you like with the same tactics. Because what do groups do like when they can't control you? Or like what do people do when they can't control you? That's when they start the smear campaigns and they're like, they start huddling up. They're like, this person isn't conforming. What should we do? Like, what did the leader say? All right, we can't do anything until the leader. All right, what should we do? Isolate them. That should get them. That got the last person. Try to isolate you. You didn't chase after them. You saw it happen. You're like, yo, I passed this test already. You guys didn't understand, but like while you're in your isolation season, like you're going through like a lot of trials and tribulations. It wasn't easy, but hey, thankful for it. Because yes, you went through moments in your life where your own family tried to exclude you. Your own friends tried to exclude you. Lord forbid you guys had a relationship where that person tried to exclude you. That is insane within itself. Regardless, people tried to exclude you. It hurt in the beginning, manipulated, but now you're at a point where people try to do that. You just be looking at them like they don't even know. Because you don't even leave your house or even really talk to people for that point. So they think that by excluding you, you're going to start crying or something. Like, okay. Now I get to put that energy back into myself. Thank you. And sometimes too, you be wondering like, what is somebody? Like, are they this? Are they that? When people start doing the weird stuff, they save you the trouble of trying to figure it out. They end up just exposing themselves like in real time. End up exposing themselves like, oh, that's what you are. Because one thing you're going to understand when you start getting these gifts, you start unlocking that discernment and get to that frequency, people will start accusing you of like very weird things, the smear campaigns, and then you're like able to see like what they're accusing you of is like what they're doing. For a majority of the time, it's not like they accuse you of like some like random act. They just accuse you of doing exactly what they're doing, down to the T. And then you're like, yo, I didn't even know you were this, but thank you for exposing yourself in real time. because accusations is just confessions. And when people are doing those smear campaigns on you, when the leaders like doing that smear campaign, they're literally just telling on themselves. And they be thinking they're doing something, but when you have this vision, you're able to see that although they're trying to project this very brave character or someone that is in control, ultimately is doing the opposite, because you can see that it's someone that doesn't really have control, someone that is like a broken child on the inside. And that's what narcissists are at the end of the day. They're just like toddlers in like adult bodies. And the higher you go, it's like the more they look like it too. Like when you guys didn't have your power, or you were under the influence by the narcs, man, they like looked the part. They were like, you're like, damn, what's going on? I gotta make sure they're good. Now, like when you see it for what's going on, like they literally look like crying toddlers to you, because now you guys have vibrated out of that fear of like the narcissist was trying to keep you under, and that's what they were trying to stop you from doing this whole time. Spiritual warfare is designed to like not make you tap into your abilities, because if you tap into your abilities, you start to understand that these demons don't have any type of power, like at all. They manipulate you into giving your power away. These warlocks, these narcs, they keep you dependent on them. They make you think you need them, when in reality, they actually need you. You will probably have someone that will try to make you feel excluded, that will try to humble you, that will do everything they can to like try to like make you seem like the bad person. But as soon as you pull your energy back, as soon as like you pull the gold mine back, that's when they start freaking out. No, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And that's why a lot of you guys got very confused when dealing with people, because in your head you be thinking, if you don't like somebody, you just stay away from them. Like 1 + 1 = 2. And just letting you guys know, because we're a small percentage of the world, a lot of people aren't thinking 1 + 1 = 2. They're not even doing math equations. They threw the math book out the window. They're like, yo, if I don't like you, I'm gonna get around you and spend all my time with you so I can like it's I'm like, what? If you guys don't like, because we're not gonna like everybody. No one likes everybody. And if you guys don't like somebody, you block them out of your life. You'll do things where you won't be able to see them. They're like, I gotta be around this person. And then you're like, all right. Then they start trying to humble you and attack you. You're like, all right, I will. You don't like me? Okay, I'm gonna go over here. You're like, wait, come back, come back. And then it's like you see them shapeshift in real time. It's like very insane to see. You see them go through like 3 or 4 different characters. One day they're like this very nice person that's like mirroring you and just being like, oh, happy, fun time, da da da. The next day they're like the most demonic person, trying attacking everybody. You're like one of their biggest targets. Day 3, they're sad. They're trying to gain sympathy, trying to say they're a victim, making themselves be a victim in a situation they created. If you guys have someone like that around you, I'm not saying you got to cut them off, but at least limit your time around them. 'Cause I see some of you guys saying family members. I'm not going to say you have to cut off all your family members. Mark, appreciate the follow. But yeah, you're going to see like some of the crazy things these people are going to do, but your psychic abilities is going to allow you to see through it. And once you see it, you start moving accordingly. You guys are probably on the opposite side of like now you went through your humiliation ritual, your isolation season, and now you have the least amount of people in your life. But right now, you guys are probably the most at peace that you've ever been. The narc, the flying monkeys, the golden childs, and enablers all have the same motives and patterns, exactly the same facts. I think people will like disagree with me on this one, but I don't know. Like I put flying monkeys and enablers like on the same level as like narcissists. Because if you let them, a flying monkey can like really ruin your life. They don't really know what they're doing, but still, they can still ruin your life. having people that like they just want everyone to get along. What do you mean you want everyone to get along? That person just tried to take me out. Beware of those types of people. Like someone try to take you out, they gossip about you, they're doing a smear campaign, this and that. And then the flying monkey's like, yo, like, hey, we're a family. Hey. They might be under a spell. Don't let that rub off on you. Get away from that person immediately. I wish you had like a spray for these people or something, like coming around like, yo, we're back. Shh. Get away from me. Stop. And like I said, they all do the same thing. So it's like if you get into it with a narcissist, they're gonna send someone your way. And you guys got to be ready for it. Because remember, these people have been studying you, they've been trying to figure you out, and they have a lot of information on you. Yeah, spray. Which is pretty crazy. Like if you say this stuff to people that's not on your frequency, they will be telling you stuff like, what's the manipulation tactics? They'll say, no one's watching you that hard. No one's thinking about you like that. They got their own lives to live. Man, you guys be thinking that same thing. Yes, they have their life to live, but they still spend all their time trying to ruin your life. Like it's pretty crazy. They make it like a full-time job to like try to ruin your life. Other people won't understand because they don't go through it. And also remember, I say never really open up to someone that doesn't understand. But if you open up to someone and they don't understand, there is like a percentage that they choose not to understand you because they're the ones that's doing the traumatizing as well. In this reality, you have the ones that's like walking this journey as us. We're seeing what's going on. We're truth tellers. We get targeted. And then you have the other side where it's like the people that's doing the traumatizing. There is like a gray area in there, but do understand that like there are people out there like they hear what you're saying if you open up to them, and all they're thinking is like, oh, you're easily manipulated, and they block out what you're saying and they start plotting on you like in real time. I know it gets lonely, guys, but you can't really be opening up to everybody and just like shouting from the rooftops what you know and stuff like that. We talk about monitoring spirits in this live a lot. It's crazy too, because like you guys will be watching this live, you will hear the information. Hey, appreciate that. Thank you. You guys will be hearing this information, and you're like, all right, this is a thing. But knowing it and experiencing it in real time, it's like cognitive dissonance. Because a lot of this stuff just be happening fast. A lot of it just be like you be thinking that just having the knowledge is enough, and now you're gonna be protected. You still think like a normal person, and you don't want to have it on like all the time. But then as soon as you turn it off, someone just got some information about you. Someone just manipulated you. And remember, like you're still like you don't really think in an evil way. So sometimes you don't even know something happened until you got home, to be honest. You have a conversation, you're like, all right, cool. And then you go home, chilling, just eating something, and then you pause, you freeze. You're like, wait, that was a demon. Those be visions when that happens as well, guys. Like that's like your clear cognizance, like in real time. If you think later and you just out of nowhere, you just start piecing things together. When you guys be saying like you had that Rico case confirmation, that's your psychic abilities like tapping in. God is chilling. He sees you open up to the wrong person. It's like, oh my God. And you get home, it's like, all right, send the messages. We got to let this person know and whatnot. And then you probably be hard on yourself too. You're like, how did I see it? Understand, guys, you don't have to be perfect on this journey, to be honest. People still be getting me sometimes. I'm not even going to lie. If people aren't going to admit that, I'll admit it. Having discernment, having these psychic abilities doesn't mean that you're all knowing and that you will handle every single situation 100% correctly. Sometimes too, you might come into like something new. It's new levels, new devils. Like it never stops. Sometimes this might be a whole new situation that you got to kind of break down and figure out. But that's a good thing, because if that's happening, that means you are learning and you are evolving, and now the devil has to send stronger like enemies at you. And you guys aren't gonna stop learning, so you guys are gonna keep elevating. Everyone in this chat, you guys had come to that realization that true knowledge means you know nothing, and you guys understand that learning never stops. You guys be learning something new every single day. And because of that, that's why these demons don't like you guys. Because as soon as they probably get you with a tactic, like, yes, this is something that works on this person. And these demons, like, they stay stuck at like the same level. So it's like new levels, new devils, fixed mindset. So if a demon somehow gets one over on under on you, you're gonna start thinking like later, like once you start getting that vision, you're like, oh, this is what they're doing. Trust that that gets added to like your pattern recognition files. We're gonna call it that. We're gonna call it that. The pattern recognition files. You guys don't notice, but you have like a file in the back of your head. When someone is doing like the same thing, you pull out that file. Like, wait, I've seen this before. So if someone does do something for the first time, and these are how slow these demons are, because they'll do the same thing to you again. If you truly don't let them know you're seeing what you're seeing, they will do the same exact thing. And then when that same exact thing happens, you're like, oh, I know what to do in this scenario. And then when you avoid the attack, they will feel very embarrassed. They're like, it's only been a day. How do they know? People be thinking you guys go home and just like turn off your brain or something. People be thinking you go home, you probably just like blank out, stare at a wall. I don't know what they be thinking you be doing, but they don't think you're doing shadow work. They don't think that you're breaking down what they are doing. Some of you guys, like, you hyper focus on like what people be doing. So you figure it out like in an hour, like you break down the whole operation. Like, some people like watching movies, TV shows, and all these different things. You guys are like Sherlock Holmes out there for the most part. You guys are like a part of like the gang of Scooby Doo, like breaking down these mysteries and stuff. They do something to you, like within an hour, you have the whole plan like mapped out. And then you come back the next day, they try to do it, and like you're like a whole different person because you guys keep elevating and stuff like that. You guys keep unmasking these people out in real time. Because if someone could do something to you the first time, they start underestimating you and be like, all right, this person is just dumb. They're always gonna be dumb. And if anything, they start getting more sloppy. Like, it's very crazy. You be thinking demons be like evolving and stuff like that. They be devolving. You meet them like when you first met them, they probably wouldn't have done what they just did. Now they're just kind of like playing in your face. And then when you reveal that you know what's going on, they get like freaked out. What is this sorcery? How do you know? And when people know you have like because they won't believe you if you say it out loud, they'll believe it when you start like exposing like what's going on, like through like your actions and stuff like that. And when they know that you're tapped in and you see what's going on, they will be very nervous to be around you guys. If they can help it, they will just start avoiding you. But if like they're still forced to be around you, like if it's like in a work environment or something, every time they get around you, you're gonna start being super nervous. They're not gonna want to look you in the eye because they'll start thinking to themselves, like, how much does this person actually know? And you're like, we know everything. We broke down your whole operation like last night. You thought we went home and started staring at the wall or something? Nah, we went home, we started watching some videos, we started going within. Not only was I watching videos, but God was like right there helping me out. God started pointing stuff out, like giving you messages and stuff like that. You come back the next day, like, no, you know everything. You know why they're doing it. You know what happened in their childhood that's making them act that way. You know that they probably didn't get enough love, some type of validation. Now they're acting out, and they be sensing that stuff. Because without you even saying anything, they look at the eyes like, oh, damn, this person knows. Because they'll try it again. And then when they try it and you don't fall for the same thing, they're like, oh, man, this person knows. And now you got someone that once used to like talking to you. Now they're spreading rumors that like you're this evil person. Having discernment doesn't make people just think like you're a good person. How many of you guys be getting demonized for like the things you be knowing? Drop ones in the chat. And remember, that's the same thing that happened to Jesus. Jesus had all these abilities. He was tapped in, had discernment, one of the strongest to ever do it. He started speaking the truth and they started hating him. He's healing people, doing all these different things. You be thinking like if this is like a real movie or like you see that from a distance, you would think that person would be a hero like in society. Now they'll crucify you immediately. You go out there and start telling people like, I see this, I see that. Start attacking you with the quickness. And they will tell you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. So once again, like everyone in the chat with these different abilities, if you guys have them, just trust it, honestly. And for those of you guys who just came in, You're Not Alone. Shoot me a follow. I go live every single day. I just break these things down. And since a lot of you guys just came in here, I will go back to kind of like describing what the clairs are. Clairvoyancy, a lot of people probably know they have it, but don't know the word for it. That's just you being able to get visions through your dreams. Sometimes you get a vision of something that's going to happen. Sometimes you get a dream of someone doing you wrong or something like that. If you get a dream, someone's trying to get that person out of your life. If you have a dream where someone is playing with snakes, get them out of your life. I can only give so much information though, because remember, all the answers are within. I'm just telling you guys things you already know. If you guys have dreams and you start journaling, you will be able to decipher exactly what your dreams are trying to tell you. Because sometimes God might give you something that only you will be able to decipher. I can't tell you that, oh, you dreamt this, so this is that. Like sometimes like it's something you will probably only know. And then you got your clairaudience, which is getting messages through sound. Clear hearing, which you can get messages through music, when you talk to yourself. Sometimes you guys will just hear a voice, will just tell you the answer that you're looking for. People will tell you you're crazy for hearing these things. You are not. You are just at a high frequency and you're aware enough to even see that something's trying to communicate with you. Then you have your clairsentience, which is clear feeling. That's you being able to feel on such a high level. Not just empathy, it's like a way stronger ability than empathy. For those of you guys that just activated that ability, you guys probably have a hard time going out in public because you just feel everything, to be honest. You can feel when people are staring at you. You can like have someone walk close to you and you just feel like a bunch of like negative energy and stuff like that. If that is the case, guys, something that will help you is imagining like a force field around you. When you go outside, imagine a force field and all the energies coming your way, just bouncing off of you, Remember, you're a lot stronger than you think. When you don't think you're strong, you're like, why is this happening? You're more so allowing it to happen to yourself. Me, myself, that is something that I gotta work on myself. Because yeah, going outside is very overwhelming for me. But also too, when you're able to walk into a room and you can feel that people are talking about you, that's clairsentience as well. Clairalience, that's just clear smelling, which means if you guys can just smell random smells, just as your dreams are trying to give you messages, just as you are getting messages through your dreams, You are getting messages through your smell. Certain smells mean something. Some of you guys be smelling roses during meditation. Some of you guys be smelling like perfume or something like that. Those smells be meaning something. And then you have claircognizance, which that one's easy to explain because that is just branded as gifted discernment, which is just clear knowing. Sometimes you guys know things you don't even know how you know it. A lot of you guys are human lie detectors. You don't know how you know they're lying. You just know you just know. They just say something, you're like, oh, that's a lie. These gifts can be combined to get like a higher effect. Combining clairsentience and claircognizance will allow you to predict the future with amazing accuracy, because that's when you start paying attention to patterns and start putting stuff together. You know that if you do this, this is gonna happen. What's up, Kyoto? What's good? This life, this reality, this matrix is all built up on patterns and stuff like that. So once you're like really tapped in and like you really like you're like paying attention, you can like predict what's gonna happen. Not even just like with like your own life. You could kind of like look at like celebrities as well and be like, oh, this is happening because of this. Probably see someone else's situation and then probably see like something similar happening in your life, and then combining that to be able to be like, all right, I probably shouldn't do this. Everyone has access to these abilities. Some people are more gifted than others. When we came here, we signed a soul contract. And as soon as we were born, we forgot why we were here, the abilities that we have. So us awakening is just coming back into knowledge that like we always knew. Some people was just born and just like was just straight awakened, like they couldn't really like brainwash those people. Probably 5 and 6, or like whenever you were able to speak, talking about the matrix. Always, you just always knew that your dreams is coming true and this and that. And those be the people that get watched like very carefully. Uh Remember, like when you are tapped into these abilities, you are like someone that sees through the illusions. This matrix is watching you. And it's not more so like someone's at the top just kind of like looking through a computer. A lot of empty vessels, and a lot of empty vessels are used to watch you guys. Sometimes people develop like an obsession with you. They don't even know why they're like that obsessed. And if you ask them, they wouldn't even say it's an obsession. They would find some way to validate a 3D reason to validate why they're so obsessed. They'll watch you, they'll stalk you, they'll watch your social media, they'll pay attention to who you speak to, they'll talk to those people, they'll follow you. And if you ask them, they'll be like, "What? No, that's not, I'm not doing that." And some of these people, some of these empty vessels are so far gone that like you will confront them with stalking and they'll start saying you're stalking. It's very insane, guys. A lot of Darvo going on, which is basically like people accusing you of doing the things that they are doing. So don't ever confront like a stalker or like whatever is out there, don't confront them, to be honest. That is not gonna end well for you guys. What else like do you guys see that you can't say like that is the truth? You can't confront a stalker, you can't confront a narcissist. Telling someone they're a narcissist just activates something in them where they try to ult you or something. My bad. It's like a video game term, but like ult is like doing an ultimate. Like they pull out all the last stops to like get you out of there. So if you tell someone they're a narcissist, it's like you reveal that you see through the illusions, and that Agent Smith starts activating. Can't tell someone they're a monitoring spirit. They'll deny, deny, deny. And then all they'll think is they got to be sneakier on how they get the information from you. So having these abilities, like, yeah, it is cool. Don't get me wrong, but having these abilities is gonna make you think that like no one can get you. You can't really talk to people about these things. People in the Matrix, they're gonna try to talk to you about like worldly things, when in reality, you're trying to talk about the things that you are seeing, experiencing, like the deeper stuff. A lot of people are not gonna. A lot of people can't have real conversations in this reality, and that just gave me an idea for a video. I've been trying to think about like my next video. Like you're gonna come across like a lot of conversational narcissists, like products of the system, where they just want to talk. It's like you're talking to a wall, and they don't really care what you're saying. Like they'll talk, they'll say what they're saying, and as soon as like you open up about what you want to talk about, they shut off immediately. Like it's like talking to like a robot or something, like an NPC. Some people like, and some people don't have any shame with it. Some people like they just get on their phones immediately if you start talking about something. If you're talking to them in person, people on the phone, you can tell they're engaged when they're talking, but then as soon as you talk, you can tell they're doing something. Like they're not even listening to you at that point. And how you know is like they don't really respond to what you're saying. They're listening to respond, not to understand. Those people are products of the system and they're just out there to drain your energy. There's no reason you should be feeling frustrated in a convo. There's no reason you should be feeling invalidated. Why doesn't this person understand me? This and that. You got to be around people that's on a similar frequency as you. People in this chat, like we're on the same frequency. So if we met up in person, we'll be talking about all these different topics, bouncing ideas off of each other, and we will leave the conversation feeling fulfilled. Like, man, that was an amazing conversation. You guys probably haven't had that in so long. You guys just forgot what that feeling felt like, and now you don't even expect it anymore. You guys just get people to talk about themselves. They talk, talk, talk. You're like, yeah, yeah. Some people you can just say yes, the whole conversation, and they think that that was the best conversation they ever had. They'll go home and just think to themselves like, that person's like, that was an amazing conversationalist, and all you were doing was just agreeing for what they were saying. But let's say if you opened up in that conversation, and you guys have learned to not do this, because as soon as you try to talk about something real, they start malfunctioning in real time. Start like short circuiting or something. If that's happened to you guys, drop ones in the chat. And sometimes you guys forget about that rule, or sometimes you think to yourself like, "Oh, maybe it's not like that anymore. Maybe these NPCs have changed. Let me talk about something real." Hey, what do you want to be in the future? Or do you ever think like we're living like in a routine? Do you think we should be working a 9 to 5? They start freaking out. They start looking like we're not supposed to talk about this. It's like that. Who's that villain in Harry Potter? Like the one who cannot be named or something. What's the one with no nose? Who's gonna say it first? YouTube or Instagram? YouTube or Instagram? TikTok got it first. Voldemort. But yeah, they treat these conversations that we have as like something you cannot say, because in reality, these conversations are kind of like forbidden for a lot of people. You start talking about things that like this matrix hasn't approved of, and they have a program in them to handle that immediately. They either shut off. I appreciate that. They either shut off from the conversation. They start getting activated in a way where they're like, "Oh, you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see that on the news. Here you go with the conspiracy theories." Unless the news puts the conspiracy theory out there for like everyone to see, people aren't going to believe you. You can literally come with all the facts. And trust me, guys, I've tried. And I know a lot of you guys have went through the same thing. When you guys first awakened, you thought that you could make them see the truth in some type of way. You probably thought you just had to like dumb it down a little bit, or you had to like come with like the video, right? Videos like, hey, look, everyone is saying this, so, or say it in like some type of way where they will understand. But all you was able to see is that they shut down immediately. And for some of you guys, these people start attacking you like damn. So you guys probably had like a 10+ year friendship. You said some truth, and you found yourself in a boss battle. Like, okay, let's get to it. When you guys are awakened and you guys become like a control player, you will just start having random boss battles with people out there. If you guys see like a boss battle, like that meter pop up on the bottom, it's time to get away from that person. Once that meter appears, that person is no longer listening to understand you. They're listening to attack you, discredit you, and just try to take you out. Some people, like, they're not even like arguing with facts. They're just like more so arguing with the program. You can say you read something in a book. You can say you saw this source like cited and everything. They don't want to hear you. How dare you put the truth in their face? And because they feel offended, now they're gonna like try to like drive you insane with the gaslighting. Someone said it perfect, arguing out of ego. That's exactly what it is. When you go too deep with an NPC and trigger that ego, now you start dealing with a delusional person. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't like arguing with delusional people. If that is something you guys like doing, I'm not here to like tell you guys what to do. I can only really tell you like how I live my life. But ever since like I stopped arguing like with delusional people or people in a system or demonic individuals, I've become a lot happier. I've started smiling a lot more. I've been out in nature. I've been chilling, to be honest. But that old life when I was trying to awaken people and thinking I had to save humanity or something, that's gonna like someone asked earlier in this stream, like, how do we save the narcissist or can we help them heal? Be my guest. Be my guest. All you can really do is like lead by example, plant seeds if need be. Like if you're having a conversation with somebody and they're complaining about their 9 to 5, just plant a little seed. Sound like, oh, maybe we weren't maybe we weren't meant to work a 9 to 5. And keep it at that. Keep it at that. Once you're like, let me go deeper, they're almost there. Maybe you're gonna go too far, and now you got an enemy on your hands. Now they're gossiping about you and like posting about you, like, oh, they lost their mind. This person thinks they can make money without a 9 to 5. No way. So if you guys still want to operate within the matrix, you have to kind of like learn how to like just like you got to kind of shut off your brain a little bit, but still be aware of what can and can't be said. And that has been one of the annoying things of awakening. Because when you were unawakened, you could just be out there having conversations like crazy and not be thinking about what you have to say. You went out there, you were just having conversations, like laughing, just having a good time, partying, this and that. Now, at this point in your life, if you're not careful what you say, you can spawn an enemy out of nowhere. Some people, it just takes that one wrong thing, just going a little bit too deep, and now you got them in your face. Like, you think you're better than me? You become like a walking trigger to like a lot of these people out here. When people have ugly spirits, when people vibrate low, and you are a high vibrational individual, it's like walking through like a minefield. You're probably like the most humble person, but you got people like projecting these crazy things on you. And how I know you guys are humble is because you guys have been through the worst of the worst. We were forced to be humble. Like life, like God already did that. Life already did that. So like you can try, but God already took away everything from us. Like we had our rock bottom. And not only did we have our rock bottom, but every time we woke up in the morning and we told ourselves it cannot get any worse, it got worse and worse. At a certain point, you thought you was cursed because like, how is this even happening right now? So if you're able to go through all of that and make it back, yeah, you probably don't think we're humble because we're not out here like being depressed and like complaining. And like, because like a lot of people out here, they will make themselves the victim. Yeah, we can acknowledge what we went through, but we don't look like it. And because of that, that's why you will have so much people try to humble you. because they feel like it's their God-given ability. Like they think they're doing God's work, which is like the crazy thing about it. You're actually operating out of light, you're operating out of your heart posture, and you will literally have a demon come around you and think they're doing God's work by humbling you. And you're like, okay. Once again, guys, we don't argue with delusional people. We call those people the Pharisees. They think they're doing good, but they're being used by a higher force. And they don't think you're good because you have figured yourself out. You had your ego death and all of that. And people that have an ego death, it's very hard to be around people that operate out of the ego. You're going to trigger them very heavily. But honestly, guys, we kind of earned it. I'm like, not going to lie. You know how much like bad stuff we had to go through? Like some people will look at you like why do they get to have that? Why this not? Like we earned it. This aura that we have and the things that we are attracting is because we already went through the worst of the worst. To get this type of aura, you literally have to go to hell and back twice or 3 times for some of you guys. Some of you guys are still going to hell and back like every other month. And my bad if you're going through it, guys, but trust that as you have seen, you always get blessed because of it. And these people will look at you from a distance and think, who do you think you are? And you're like, me? Yeah, you're like, you're not even saying anything, but it's just like you're triggering something that they got like within them. They haven't worked on themselves, this and that. And literally, too, if you told these people, like, hey, look, look, you can have this, but you got to go through this. And you take out the list of what you went through, you wouldn't even get to point 2 or 3 before they're like, oh, I'm good. I am good. Because God does be like God is going to give them, God tries to give it to them as well when people try to be you. And when they try to like do exactly what you're doing. But to be where you're at, you had to go through trials and tribulations. People can't just expect to skip that and get to this point in your life without going through those things. So God's like, all right, if you want that, you got to start going through the same things. You got to start dealing with like everyone just hating you for no reason. You got to deal with the smear campaigns, the cult attacks, the witchcraft, demonic. You won't even finish your list before they're like, you sure? Do I really got to go through that? But some people will try to be you, and then life starts getting a little bit hard. They start to notice that you have to have a certain amount of discipline that is forged from trauma. Because a lot of you guys, your brain got switched after that like humiliation ritual. You guys are operating at a level you never thought possible. And for someone to just think they can do that without going through like their Karate Kids, their Karate Kid moment, it's not going to happen. It's like someone trying to be Batman without the trauma. It's like someone trying to be Spider-Man without getting bit by the spider. What's some other ones, guys? Give some better examples right now. Appreciate the heart me. Thank you. Give me some more examples, guys. Pop fiction, media. Oh man, I don't think that one. Joker without the betrayals. I don't think we want to be Joker. Hulk without the gamma, exactly. Trying to be Robin without seeing Batman. Facts. See, guys, you guys get me. Uger, appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, to be you guys, people want to be you, but they don't want to go through all the bad things it takes to be you. So all they're gonna do is just hate on you from a distance. They'll be in the pointless competition, and then when they can't beat you, that's when they're gonna start like trying to like ruin your life because they don't want to go through certain things. That's why it's cool to meet people that's like on your frequency because they just get it, honestly. For you to be at this frequency, you have to go through certain things. I could say certain things. You guys could finish my thoughts. You guys could be in there. You're like, oh, wow, people are finally speaking English. Because when you go out there and you're dealing with people that's not on your frequency, it's like they're speaking a whole different language. They'd be like, "What are you talking about? Like that stuff doesn't happen. You don't know what you're talking about. You're probably crazy. What? People being jealous of you? Are you insane? You're conceited. People, they're not jealous of you. All right." Unless you live this, you're not really gonna get where we be coming from. And that's why, because a lot of people don't experience it, that's why you guys probably thought you were crazy. Because so much other people, they don't like go through it, or people are out there doing the traumatizing, so they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. You be seeing things as clear as day, psychic abilities kicking in, showing you what's going on. But you're like, everyone else is saying that's not what it is. So you're like, all right, you're probably right. When you guys finally start like truly walking in your abilities, like life becomes like a whole lot better. When you're able to have people say stuff and you automatically just say, "Oh, they're lying," and believe that and stand on it, that is a strength. Because one of our biggest weaknesses was our empathy and always seeing the good in other people. That was a big handicap. Like empathy is a beautiful thing, but when we were growing up and we were being empathetic towards everybody, we was getting jumped left and right. How many of you guys was getting jumped left and right because of your empathy, because you didn't understand what was going on? Drop ones in the chat. Maybe they didn't mean it that way. Go back, jumped you again. Like, I don't know what's going on. Oh, they said it's not that, but it's this. Can't believe in people like just straight play in our face. And that's why like people love being around you. You had these abilities, you just ignored them. You just shut them off. You're like, no, I don't know what I'm seeing. I believe these people were best friends. Power of friendship forever. And people kept getting you like that. You guys were like straight like friends or in relationships with like literal supervillains. And God's like, you got to learn. So they gave you the worst of the worst. So bad that people don't even believe some of the things you went through. If you opened up about these things, people will be like, why are you lying? Stop. You got that from the AI. Stop. You don't know what you're talking about. Did you get that story from a movie? No, this is my life. You're like, we experienced this like just like last week, if anything. You will see people do the craziest things that you never expected, like in a million years. Some of these things that people probably did to you, you're like, you're still trying to process that like in your head. Like, did that really happen? And that's why when you unlock these abilities, that's why it's kind of hard to like really be like, yo, this is what's going on. But when you go through it just enough and start to understand the world is as crazy as we say it is, or as you are perceiving it, then things get like a whole lot easier. So Tatiana, why do we all have this in common? Because we're on the same frequency. Where did these NPCs come from? We were all NPCs at one point until we learned. But yeah, guys, what psychic abilities do you guys have that's on this list? And with the definitions I gave, probably you know now that like you probably had it, but you just never knew you had it. Got someone that said clairvoyance. NPC is a non-playable character. In this matrix, you're either awakened or you're not. If you're not, you are an NPC. Got someone saying claircognizance, clairaudience. All of them. Got a spiritually gifted person up in here. How do you guys handle like these days, like now that you guys have these gifts and you guys are human lie detectors, how do you guys handle people when you know like they're lying to you? Someone's like straight lying in your face. Do you guys confront people, or do you kind of like just see it and you're like, okay? Or Does it depend on the situation? Just walk away, walk away. Felt that. This journey will make it so easy to walk away from people. You get to a certain point where you're like, you're just done. Like you played these games before and you're not interested. Some people too, though, like you'll stick around a little bit because you're like, what is this person? Like I've never seen this type of weird before. And a lot of us, like, we are very curious people. So we're like, I just want to know. I just want to know. That inner knowing is gonna like scratch at your brain and stuff like that. Yeah, we gotta study. It's like a case analysis. Some people watch TV. Sometimes we be sticking around for the plot. I don't recommend doing that all the time because you'll find yourself in very crazy situations. But sometimes sticking around just a little bit longer can give you some info, so give you some like very good insight. Because sometimes you'll see something and you're like, nah, this cannot be. I cannot really be seeing this right now. Because a lot of times you guys be trying to see life through your lens, and you just be thinking to yourself, like, you would never do this. So where's this coming from? And then your discernment shows you that not only are they that weird, but it gets worse. Like it's like a literal TV show that's like unveiling like in front of your eyes. It's very interesting. You be out here like try to uplift people and like live like a normal life. The demonic lives that people be living and the stuff that they be doing, like it's very like sometimes like you're like this stuff is interesting. It just sucks that you have to be on the receiving end of like what they're doing, but yo, yeah, okay, that's the thing though. Like she said, no more side quests. Dude still stalks me almost a year later. That's a danger warning right there, guys. If you guys probably stick around longer than you're supposed to, you will probably end up having a stalker. Uh, so warning: know when to dip out. Know when you can't get the information. But sometimes people get so addicted to your energy they can never let you go. But yeah, guys, having these gifts will be scaring these demons. Demons will be bowing to you guys. No, it gets worse. Facts. God gonna keep showing you like these like signs, like yo, like it's time to get away from that person. Hey, Jen, appreciate it. What is your guys' like favorite psychic ability? Clairvoyant, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairalience, claircognizance. Which one is your favorite, guys? My manager is evil. She's jealous of me. Hey, that's the thing. Clairvoyant. Hey, when Estelle, appreciate it. Hey, you guys are going crazy with the gifts over here. Thank you so much. Clairsentience, claircog. It's kind of crazy too, like having these psychic abilities. It kind of takes out the it takes away, how do you say, like the flavor out of like certain situations. Once again, I would rather be on the side. I'd rather know what's going on. But kind of just like predicting these things with incredible accuracy, it gets kind of like old just knowing what people are gonna do, if that makes sense. Because these demons, like a lot of them just do like the same things. So it's like, all right, you just keep you thinking to yourself, like, here we go again. You cut off a narcissist, like, all right, they're probably gonna go to war with you. Probably gonna hit you back up like in a couple weeks, a month, with a mask, trying to like act like they change. When that doesn't work, now they're probably gonna come with a smear campaign, and then you got a stalker. A lot of people just do that. Like they don't even mix it up. It's not even like the smear campaign first, and then the I've changed. Oh wait, sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. It always be like the same things though, but sometimes they do. Over and over again, facts. Which is the one where you get visions in your dreams? That's clairvoyancy. Humiliation ritual is when people or even just one person comes together to humiliate you because they want to lower your confidence, lower your self-esteem, so you will stop doing what you are doing. Trying to make you forget who you are. You pass it by not letting that affect you, by, if anything, making that, like, using it to make you stronger. There's someone out there right now that regrets doing a humiliation ritual on you because it didn't have the desired effect. Some people do a humiliation ritual on you, and what you will deal with as well is like a lot of people think they have their psychic abilities. Like you will deal with a lot of demonic people that think they have discernment, but they're using their discernment through like a trauma lens. Like maybe their predictions will work well if someone is operating out of trauma. But if you're like at a high vibration, it's like they can't really predict your movements, and you will be really unpredictable to a lot of people. And people demonize what they can't predict. So if they do something and then you go the opposite way, they're gonna start demonizing you immediately. Like some people do a humiliation ritual and they be at their house, like, oh, they're about to cry, they're about to go defend themselves, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. Some of you guys is like just like so desensitized to this stuff. Like you get up, you see the humiliation ritual. Okay, another Tuesday. Like it's just another Tuesday. Okay, you got other stuff to focus on. Like these bills don't stop. You still got your routine you got to do. You still got other stuff to do. So people start the humiliation rituals. Like you see it, but you're like, all right, I've already passed this test before. And because you do that, people are like, why didn't that work? And then people start demonizing you even more if said humiliation ritual doesn't work. And you guys will make a lot of people uncomfortable if you don't give the reaction that they are looking for. Because you have like a lot of people too, like they do like reactive abuse, which is insane. How many of you guys keep having people poke you? Poke, poke, poke. Just keep poking you over and over, just hoping that you will react. Drop ones in the chat. Another angle, those who know you have gifts and treat you like a celebrity in a bad way or want you to be around as their entertainment. Facts. Some people just get around you to have that access so they're able to kind of like be able to traumatize you. So I always tell people don't give access to like the wrong people because they can really be a threat in your life. But yeah, also too, people do use you as like entertainment. Like that whole like reactive abuse right there or people poking you. Your reaction is like their entertainment. And it's kind of crazy because like you guys be thinking if you want to be entertained, you go out in nature or something, or you do something that can like entertain you. Like you don't play with people's like emotions, this and that, to get a rise out of them. But some people poke you, and they're like, as soon as you react, you're like, yes, and that energy like carries them like to like through the rest of the day or something. But they don't do anything to like hold on to the energy. So not even to say like a lot of you guys even react, but if you did react and they got that energy, they lose it in a couple of hours. And that'd be my biggest thing. Because if you're gonna steal my energy, at least go do something with it. It's like you take my energy and you just go to like you just go throw it in a trash can. I'm like, oh, that's offensive. If you at least manifest something with like I'm gonna still be mad either way. Like I hate energy vampires. Stay away from me. Don't manipulate me. But if you at least like if you manage to somehow get through like my force field and my discernment and you got some of my energy, go manifest something. Go get some money or something. Go to the gym to just get my energy and throw it in the trash. Now I'm gonna be offended. Like, what was the point of that? So I said, what was the point exactly? Some people get your energy, get like a boost. You start running around real fast, and they burn it out like within an hour. Like, what was the point? But yeah, when they use their own energy for their own goals, that is like another frustrating thing. When people are manifesting off of your energy, it's like because also too, they don't know it's because of that. They'll manifest off of your energy and still make you out to be the issue. You guys are probably in a relationship where they're like complaining about you nonstop, like, you don't do this, you don't do that, you're horrible, I hate you, why are you here? And you're like, all right. And then you walk away and then they start panicking. Like, I thought I was an issue. Like, what's going on? And then also on top of that, you guys' energy also be protecting people from their karma. So you got someone out here manifesting off of your energy. You keep forgiving them, and they feel like they're on top of the world. They're like, I can do whatever I want to you, and I'm not going to get my karma. But it's so insane too because you're protecting them. Like your energy protects them. They're manifesting off of you. They're draining you, but they're making you out to be like the worst person in the world. It's like a relationship partner. They're like gossiping to your friends and family members, making you out to be like the super villain. And you're like, all right. So you walk away, that karma starts hitting them. Boom. Things start going bad. They get fired, start losing money. They're like, what am I gonna do? And then now they're like, all right, all right, all right. I need this person back in my life. Let me play this role. Let me get them back, and we'll all be good. So they text you. They're all like, hey, look, you know what? You were right. I did some thinking. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. This and that. Just to probably find out that they're blocked or something. And if they text you and they're blocked, then they start really panicking. Like let's say like you guys both have the iPhones or something, and they try to text you and you have them blocked, and like it pops up green. That's when they're gonna start panicking and stuff like that. Because a lot of people don't expect you to stay away. Remember, we're like in the Hunger Games, and you guys aren't playing the game. So they think like when you walk away, they think you're doing it as like some control tactic. They're like, "Oh, they're only doing this to like get me like this." And that's why they don't reach out like immediately because they're like, they're not gonna win. And then like a month or like 2 weeks goes by, it's like, whoa, like okay, like it's not funny anymore. And then a month goes by, they're like, okay, okay, you win, you win, you got me. You got me. It takes back like, I'm sorry, all right, you got the control. Well, you're not even trying to get control. Like you're just trying to get away from them. In that month, they're still thinking about you, thinking you're gonna come back. You've already stepped into a new chapter in your life. You've elevated already. You have entered your new timeline. Yes, it was hard, but you're looking around like, all right, I got this. It's a whole new me. And they're still there playing demonic games and stuff like that. They probably hit you back up. You're like, nah, this cannot be the same person. Because when you are truly a high vibrational individual and your energy is truly one of a kind, they always come back. They always come back. Because some people only realize what they have until it's gone. They didn't realize that you were the only one out there validating them. You were the only one hearing about their problems, making them feel happy, this and that. And while you were doing that, they were still like complaining, doing all these different things. And now you're away from them, and now like they're in meltdown mode. But then you will have like the really stubborn ones too. They're like, you know what? I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna go find someone immediately and show them that I'm moved on, this and that. One, people that keep dating other people and like people that can't stay single, those are people that are like perpetually like sad on the inside. They have to like constantly like chase like dopamine or chase someone that's gonna validate them or something. And some people they don't realize that like you can't really find your energy anywhere. The things that you guys do on a day-to-day basis, your shadow work and all these different things, you guys are like becoming like a rare Pokemon out there. So people be thinking like you have like 99 cent energy, like from like a liquor store or something. When in reality, like they think your energy is this, and they think that they could find that anywhere. When in reality, like the more you've worked on yourself and the things that you have done, like you're like up here and stuff like this. So when they try to like get around another person and it doesn't feel the same, they're like, why doesn't this feel the same? I thought I could find this anywhere. And then they end up traumatizing that people. A lot of people get sacrificed like by these demons. Like it'd be crazy. Like they leave you and like you're seeing them go to their next victim and stuff like that. Or before they came into your life, you saw like a trail. Before you was aware, like you can see now, they had a trail of people they were just traumatizing. And they will keep sacrificing people until they find that energy again. And when they like go to that first person and realize, oh, like this doesn't feel the same, that's when they'll reach back out to you and realize that by at that point, like you're just gone. Because a lot of people out here say they cut off people, but I don't think people know that when you cut somebody off, like you're like really done. And that's why sometimes you probably stay a little bit longer than you should have. That's why sometimes you're like trying to like fix things or try to figure things out. Because once you're done, once you flip that switch, it is over. Like yes, I might still have love for you or something, but I'm gone. Like, and you be trying to let people know sometimes, like act right, please. Like you don't even be giving that much people chances. You don't even be talking to people. You don't even want to go try to figure this out with somebody. So for please act right. And then these people be thinking like you're not gonna walk away. It's like, all right, you gotta figure this out the hard way. 'Cause a lot of people think you're all talk. People be like, oh no, they're nice. They like people. They're always smiling. They're happy. They don't want to hurt me like this. Yeah, like yeah, you love them, but you love yourself as well. And and staying around that person is self betrayal at its finest. So yeah, I love you, but I gotta put myself first, honestly. Because when you guys wasn't putting yourself first, what exactly happened? Put it down in the chat, guys. When you was growing up and when you was putting everybody first, what exactly was happening in your life? What's up, Bray? What's good? Lose yourself. They drained you. Got taken for granted. Put more, guys. Chaos, betrayal, used and abused, dimmed your light, got taken advantage of, betrayal. Oh, this person got a list. Hold on. Betrayal, hurt, pain, being isolated, going crazy. Exactly. Someone and some people be in these chats, they don't really like be typing and stuff like that. They're seeing all this stuff and they're like all of the above. All of the above. D. So yeah, if you went through all that when you was putting people first, yeah, you're still a generous person. Yeah, you can like still be that version. But now you know how to put yourself first. And if people want to start like taking advantage of that, they got to find out the hard way exactly who you are. Because people once again, they don't you don't look like what you went through. On the outside, you look like another victim, another like sacrificial lamb. But on the inside, you are someone that's clairvoyant, got clear audience, clear cognizance. You got a strong sense of boundaries now, self-love. You can see through manipulation. You guys have been getting forged so much to like allow some like low-level demon to like mess with you and stuff like that. You guys are very like defeated like level 60 demons. So why do they think a level 10 demon the test that you passed like 2 years ago is going to be able to do anything to you? And when people realize that you were in control the whole time, they start freaking out. They're like, how much did this person actually know? Everything. It would like break down their whole psyche and whatnot. You guys, like, even without taking psychology, like, you guys know way too much about psychology and narcissism. The knowledge you guys be having should be knowledge you guys go to school for. You guys had your videos. You guys had real life examples to learn from. Truth's here. Appreciate it. Like all of the above. Sometimes you guys be seeing, you're like, how do I know this? Because you guys pay attention. You guys have patterns. You guys have been dealing with this stuff your whole life. So when people come with like rookie manipulation tactics to like a gifted psychic, come on now. When someone tries to call you crazy when you have discernment, come on now. Like at least do something different, like different words. Like don't call me crazy. Call me like you're out of your mind or something. Like they all say the same thing. It's insane. You see it so much, you're like, all right, this is just a program at this point. You guys have vibrated out of the realm of predictability, and that's why you guys are unpredictable. They stay in the realm of predictability, where a lot of things they do is just very obvious. Me saying that you guys are 10 steps ahead, that's not like a over exaggerated thing. When you guys are truly like a psychic, you see this, you see like their movements. Like sometimes you guys predict stuff, you guys be freaking yourself out. That's how gifted you guys be. Like, wait, how did I know that? You be so gifted, like you truly, you want to believe it. You're like, nah. Like, there's no way I just broke that whole thing down. You try to ignore it just to get proven right. You're like, yo, this is insane. You guys are vibrate outside of the matrix. You guys are Neo. You guys are catching the bullets. And once again, you guys have earned it, honestly. Something came out of all that trauma, guys, and you guys wouldn't trade it for the world. Yeah, it would have been nice to probably have like a normal family or like a normal dating life. But wouldn't you guys much rather be on this side as like a gifted psychic, mutant, whatever you want to call it, seeing the future, reading minds, human lie detector? Come on now. Whenever you guys get in your feelings and just be thinking like, I want my family, I want people to stop doing this to me, da 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 da. You guys was put here for so much more, and you guys got to start accepting that role. It's almost like the Avatar: The Last Airbender. Have you guys ever watched that show? But Aang never wanted to be the Avatar. All these different things. You guys had that phase in your life. You don't want this. Exposing demons, having people attack you for no reason. That's not fun to go through. But then you guys got to like evolve to like accept the role that you were here for. Because if you look at it, it's like a lot of good that comes with it as well. You guys are inspiring a lot of people out there. Someone could have one conversation with you and just feel like very validated. Someone's probably depressed, down in the dumps. One conversation with you, now they're happy or hopeful again. You guys go to 9 to 5s, you break down an illusion. Yeah, it sucks going through that, being abused, getting fired, but you never see the behind the scenes because you probably exposed something that other people didn't know about. Now a manager got fired from messing with you, a coworker got fired from messing with you. You guys are dismantling covens out here, dismantling toxic groups because you're that one person in the group that doesn't submit to the groupthink. They jump you as you have been getting jumped your whole life. So it doesn't matter. You walk away. Next thing you know, a month later, the whole group breaks up because that karma always gonna get people. You can't escape karma out here. When you have a group that goes up against you, that group never lasts. Like, it's very crazy. These days, you can probably have like a group go up against you and you just think to yourself like, oh, they don't have that much longer of like being together. Better start running. Fags. But yeah, guys, it's very beautiful to be on this side. I know it sucks sometimes that you guys see the truth with all these abilities that you have, but being a truth teller is not all bad. And yeah. So next time you guys are thinking ignorance is bliss or something like that, just try to like list out like the good things that comes with it. And yeah, it gets a little like lonely, but you'll find your tribe eventually. If you have like 500 people in here like talking about this stuff, like we're out there. We're just like very spread out. We came down here like in like Fortnite. Put me in one spot, and God's like, all right, this person's gonna be here on this part of the world. This person's gonna be over here. This person's gonna be over here. Because imagine if we were all in one spot. That's not gonna do the world like any justice, to be honest. If we were all in one spot, our area will be a utopia, to be honest. If we got all of us, the chosen one, star seeds, the black sheeps, the generational curse breakers, and we was in one spot like an island, that would be a utopia. We will all be wearing white or something. It will be futuristic, no diseases, everyone happy, just cool. We could just talk out loud, just like not having to mask ourselves and stuff like that. But but that's not why we came down here. We didn't come down here to live in a utopia. We came down here to raise the vibration of the planet. So we're all like in like different areas of the world to help raise the vibration of like that one area. Because yeah, we could all be in one area and yeah, we'll be having a utopia. But what do you think will happen to the rest of the world? Like while we're having that utopia? That world will be on fire, honestly. Hell on earth. You guys think it's bad right now? If we weren't doing what we were doing, dismantling covens, exposing narcissists, taking down warlocks, the world will be on fire. Like, honestly. So, yeah, it's bad, but it could be a lot worse. And do understand it gets better like every single. It's going to get worse before it gets better, but understand that every day we are getting a step closer to the planet being in the 5D. And once the planet is in the 5D, you're like, is that what needs to happen? It's part of our soul contract. Put here to help awaken the consciousness. Whether you guys know it or not is like the craziest part. Like, you guys aren't waking up every day thinking to yourself, like, all right, I got to dismantle this group. I got to expose this narcissist. You guys just run into these people like very randomly. And you guys find yourselves in situations where you're like, how did I end up here? Because even with the knowledge that you guys have, and even with as careful as you guys are being, you guys still find yourselves like in very crazy situations. No, just want to be left alone. Facts. This is going to find us somehow. You can be off, you can have your dream of being ducked off in the forest somewhere. Somehow, some demon's going to find you, or you're going to have to deal with some like demonic stuff. But every time you come across something demonic and you have your abilities and you expose, trust that that helps heal the world. Every time you guys come in here and you tell me a story of like what happened, I know you guys are saying it from the lens of like, man, this happened to me, this and that. I see that story as like, oh, you just helped the world, the vibration of the planet go up a little bit. You never know what type of effect your energy has like on the timeline. And with more people awakening, more people being on the light side, the planet will be like on its highest timeline. But with a majority of people being unawakened, we are in the 3D and we're in like a low timeline right now. And that's why like all these like bad things be happening in the world and stuff like that. We're all connected. Like that's the crazy part. If all of us was vibrating high, do you guys really think that like some of the things that's like happening in the world will be happening? Never underestimate how much of an impact you guys have on the world. You guys don't have to be a big celebrity, like doing all these different things to like expose truth in this. Sometimes you never know, like just affecting one person, you don't know what type of domino effect that has, like for the timeline of the world. So that's why, like, always treat people with respect. Always just like walk in light and understand that, like, the people that come against you, you don't have to do anything. Like, that's going to be taken care of. The mind is powerful. Kindness goes a long way. Choose love. Facts. Small time girl with big time goals. You got this. I wish you had a call in. There are many people out there with this information. I'll be doing call ins on TikTok sometimes. Now, call ins on YouTube, I got to figure that one out. Pay it forward if you can. Facts. How do you properly expose? You don't got to do anything, honestly. If you have someone target you, they kind of already signed like a contract to get themselves exposed. You just gotta wait. It always happens. Love obliterates lies and deception. Facts. When you're operating at your love frequency, it's like nothing can really go wrong for you. And if you do perceive something to be wrong, it's ultimately for like your better good. Yet the darkness will always come to light. It's crazy. It's crazy how too. People just be thinking they can just do whatever and like get away with it like forever. That's why some of you guys got placed into someone's path to like end their streak of darkness and stuff. Because once again, not everyone thinks like you guys. Not everyone is seeing beyond the veil. Not everyone is having this gift of discernment. Sometimes these demons just be around people that don't know any better. And that's why they are in these groups. Because they're in groups that ignores what they are doing. Because some can't see it. And some choose to like, some are demonic as well. So they surround themselves like demonic, like strongholds. And then you come around, you just break that whole thing down. It's insane. Because these groups, they're not thriving off of love. They're not thriving off of peace and tranquility. They need some way to put like that demonic energy. They need someone to put that hatred. And when they try to put it on you, that's like the worst thing they could do. Because honestly, to go up against you guys is literally to go up against God. God be protecting you guys, like putting his light over you, this and that. And you could even tell that to some people, but a lot of people, they let their egos like take over the wheel. They truly think they're above all of that stuff. And it's only because of this society, it's because of the matrix, it's because the most narcissistic people are in power. Presidents, rappers, models. Not saying they're all narcissistic, but like on like the outside looking in, the society is basically telling people like the more narcissistic you can be, the more you will get rewarded in the society. So people grow up, they start off as good souls, but then you drop them on this world that's like full of darkness, and they see all this stuff going on, and a lot of people hop out immediately. They be thinking to themselves like, why would I want to be good? Like this world's going to be against me. Because people are also looking at us and they see us getting jumped like consistently. And a lot of people are thinking like, why would I want to do that? Like, why would I want to go through what you're going through? Like they'll rather be on the side of like the lies and deception, this and that. And over time, they end up like losing themselves and selling their souls and whatnot. And for some reason, we're the crazy ones, guys. We went through all that stuff and we were like, all right, we'll still be good. And that's why we got chosen for this mission that we have. No matter what we went through, we just bounce back and it's like, all right, it is what it is. That's a phrase we said a lot on this journey. Hey, it is what it is. Had some of like the most heartbreaking betrayal you ever had in your life. It is what it is. Other people, they get like one trauma happen and they're like, no, it's not it's not what it is. I'm gonna be the biggest narcissist in the world now. The world must pay. And you just keep letting stuff happen. You're like, hey, it is what it is. We'll figure it out. I made it through this. I'll make it through that. Some people go through stuff and become super villains. Like it's very crazy to see. Some of you guys have like seen it happen in front of your very eyes as well. Like a friend was good at one point and started just becoming demonic out of nowhere. Come to find out they're going through trauma they can't figure out. And you're like, all right. And you guys got to be able to see that as well. Like these gifts is going to let you know when you have a Judas in your circle. As soon as someone starts thinking about doing some demonic stuff to you, your spider sense is going to go off. But sometimes you guys let nostalgia like blind your psychic gifts. You're like, no, stop telling me this. They've been my best friend forever. Or you've been in a relationship. They did this for me. They did that for me. Hey, no matter what someone can do for you, never underestimate how much they can change into like a whole different person. You could have had someone like last year, they was like doing like some amazing things for you, and then they did go demonic out of nowhere, and then they'll like tell you like, well, I did this, so you gotta stick around the trauma. Nope. I appreciate whatever you did for me in the past, but what you're showing me right now, I don't even know who you are at this point. The person that did this is no longer in my presence. But yeah, a lot of people selling their souls, and you guys had like many reasons to sell your soul, and that was like your test. Like before God, before you can even get these abilities, like God is like watching you, like, all right, can I trust you with them? Are you gonna stay good? This and that. And you guys haven't noticed it, but when you were going through things and you guys remained a good person, that was you passing the test, passing the test, passing the test. So I was like, all right, let me give them a big one. Someone cheats on you. Like, all right, let's see if that changes them. You pass the test. You're like, damn, you got cheated on. You probably jaded for a little bit. You're like, all right, I understand. Not everyone is like that. It is what it is. You're like, all right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, W's in the chat for everybody. If you guys are in here, that means you guys passed the test you were supposed to pass, and you guys have unlocked disabilities. And yeah, a lot of people got lost along the way. A lot of people have got lost in the darkness trying to figure things out, asking themselves, like, why me? Why me? And we all go through trauma. It is what it is. Because as I be saying too, like some people, like I get trauma is subjective, but you guys be having like 10 traumatic events happen in the span of like a month or 2 months. And then you probably have another person, they go through one thing and it's like, damn, like now you're on a supervillain path. I could have understood if it was like 5 or 6, but one thing, come on now. And then people also too, because you didn't convert to the dark side, because you didn't become evil, people will hate you for that. When you had like a similar upbringing to like other people, you had like similar situations happen, but you still stay smiling, they'll hate you for that. And those people will go hard trying to convert you because how dare you keep smiling? Wipe that smile off your face. Some people you notice if you're positive just hate you. Like it's very crazy. If I said this out of this chat, people won't believe me at all. You can't go out there in society. Like if I told like my old family, like people hate when you're positive, stop making things up, YNA. Sounds funny saying YNA from like my parents' perspective. Stop making things up, YNA. If you're good, people will be good to you. Hey, that's not what we have been experiencing. You could literally smile and that would just have someone hate you for no reason. Yo, if I making this up, I don't want anyone like from my past seeing this. Like, nah, he's like, he is tripping. It sounds crazy coming out loud, but when you live this stuff, like, it's insane. Like, positivity makes like a lot of demonic people just be like crazy. Yo, this is insane because like a lot of you guys deal with this stuff at your 9 to 5 too. Like, you go in there just like SpongeBob, like I'm ready, and we live in a world full of Squidwards. Honestly, Squidward hated when SpongeBob was happy. Like, yo, like, why are you like this? Oh man, and like I said, if they had a similar upbringing than you, or like any type of like you guys like had shared trauma, and you were able to figure it out, that will probably be like a lifelong villain for you or something. They will make it their lifelong goal to try to convert you to the other side because how dare you? How dare you? What's up, Slim Dunk? Hey, I'm no longer in the Discord, by the way. If you want, though, you can pin my YouTube. Everyone in here, I do have a YouTube link is going to be in the bio. Also do one-on-ones, link in the bio. Alyssa, appreciate the follow. So it's like, I'm ready. I'm ready. That's how we be like. We literally could have the most heartbreaking stuff happen to us. The biggest betrayal ever. Yeah, it will sting. Yeah, it will like bend us a little bit, but hey, we're back. We're back. Keeping our light, this and that. Like a lot of people are just gonna hate that. I be smiling at people, they roll their eye. You hit a certain journey where like you will like want to like say how you're doing to like people on the street, probably have a conversation with the cashier, and people will look at you like you're crazy. This world has been so conditioned to like kind of be by themselves. I kind of blame 2020 for that. But a lot of people are starting to just kind of accept that everyone out there is like playing some type of game or something. It's like they just assume everyone's a manipulator and everyone has just like agreed to be on board with it. For us, like we're never gonna accept that. I'm sorry. I can speak for myself. I'm never gonna take manipulation as something normal. That is not normal. People view people as being genuine as more like weird or more so like you're naive or something's wrong with that. Nah, like it's the manipulate. That's the weird part. I will never get joy in manipulating someone to be under my control. That just sounds demonic coming out of my just sounds demonic saying it. Like a lot of negative energy, but yeah, getting someone under your control, like mind control, like manipulation, and other people are like, it's so normalized, like it's crazy. Especially like in the dating game and stuff like that. Like people would say, like, oh, you just gotta manipulate them, like you just gotta get them under your control. Like, yo, that's why like a lot of us are just to ourselves. Like we don't accept the game for what it is. But a lot of people are thinking like, if not the game, then what? Like what else is really there? And us, at least, we don't know, but at least we're just like we're not participating, and we kind of like just generated our own like community, like online, just being to ourselves. Can't do the game, facts. You can't be a star without enduring the burn, facts. Hey, Rowdy, no spamming. Hey, Slim Dunk, it's all good. What's up, Manessa? I just let people be people. That's all you can do at the end of the day. Once you get to the point where you can just kind of meet people where they're at, a lot of this stuff don't really be like bothering you anymore. When you were like thinking everyone was normal, that's when it will bother you because you're like, what are you doing? What normal person would be doing this right now? I appreciate it. That reminds me of like the SpongeBob stuff too, like the when he was doing like the bubbles, the bubble buddy. But yeah, once you can kind of like get to the point of like, all right, some people are just very demonic and some people are just very weird, vile, crazy. And you could put people in that like bucket. Then when they do say crazy thing, it's not really gonna surprise you. But if you're out there thinking everyone is like me, everyone thinks like me, you're gonna be in for a bad time. You guys probably did think that at one, and I'd be thinking to myself, like, why did I think that? Like, I was like a naive kid. Like, I literally thought that everyone just thought like me. Like, everyone just had the same mindset. Everyone was just a good person. It took me a minute to like understand that like what that's not the case. And that didn't happen like after like one betrayal, two betrayals, 10. It took me a minute to understand this stuff. You guys probably awakened pretty fast. I was not the case. I was like a late bloomer. It took them to almost like get me off of this planet for me to finally be like, oh wait, no, no, no. They're not all like me. I gotta change. I gotta change. And making that switch, yes, it was like a little like horrifying because I started seeing it everywhere. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like a lot of people are just doing these things. And so much people are doing it that it's so normalized. Like it's very crazy. Hey Jay, appreciate the rose. Any of you guys like miss the people from your past? Yeah, they were like demonic and stuff like that. But you guys ever miss who you thought they were? Because yeah, we were getting traumatized, but we didn't even know, to be honest. We was like in a based like in a matrix, like in an illusion, like in like a TV show. Yeah, we felt depressed. Yeah, we were sad, but like we didn't know what the reason was. Yes, every day. I miss the innocent version of them. That's a good answer. I thought I was surrounded by like angels. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Hey, Paulette, you're gonna find someone definitely. Trust. But yeah, I thought I was surrounded by like angels, and like after you awaken, you start seeing people for who they are. You start freaking out a little bit. You're like, how didn't I see this? Best time of my life, partied and felt free. Yeah. Now you gotta be aware because you never know what's coming for you. How do narcissists organize? Like in G stocking, right? Narcs surround themselves with people that kind of just listen to whatever they will say. Hey, Slim Dunk, appreciate that. TikTok, tap into the YouTube. But yeah, people only listen to narcs surround themselves that like kind of validate their weird behavior. So those people be like they're flying monkeys. And that's how they organize people to like do whatever they will say. They also surround themselves with some they don't necessarily always surround themselves with like other narcs. They probably has to be like a similar interest. Like just them being another narc doesn't mean that they're gonna surround themselves with that person. Sometimes they get groups only form as like they have like a shared objective. So sometimes a narc has a mission to like want to take you out, and another narc has a mission to want to take you out, and a third one has a mission to want to take you out. So they're like, oh, let's just team up. They be thinking like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And they're like, oh, this is your enemy? They're my friend for the time being until we could take you out. And when people try to team up on you, there's some people that will just throw like morals out the window. Like it's very crazy. Some people out there will like will team up with your stalker. Like if they hate you just enough and they know someone is stalking you, they will team up with your stalker. Let's get rid of this person. Da-da. They know stalking is bad. They know that manipulation, all these different things are bad. But a lot of people, they hate you so much, they're willing to throw morals out the window, which is insane. Because they will try to like have the moral high ground. They will try to make it seem like they're really good people to like the outside world. But the extent, the how far someone is willing to go to take you out, they in their mind, they be thinking the ends justifies the means. So as long as they're able to take you out, what they do along the way doesn't matter, because a lot of these people have themselves convinced that by taking you out, it's going to make the world a better place, which is very crazy. When people be trying to villainize you guys, a lot of you guys be looking very innocent. Like if you pull out your picture and stuff like that, it just looks like an innocent Care Bear. And they're trying to convince, they're showing people the picture of the Care Bear and saying, hey, look, we got to take this person out. I'm gonna pull up a picture too. This is who they're saying is a villain, guys. That's who they're saying is a villain. They're showing this picture to like other people and saying, hey, look, we got to take this person out. They're like, hey, look, this person has been just roaming free for this long. We got to expose him. Hey, I'll forever talk about Care Bears. I'm a trademark that. Show the picture of the Care Bear, and people be believing it. That's like the crazy part about it. You could have like two pictures, right? You can have the picture of you. It's like a Care Bear. You look innocent, and then you can have the picture on the side. It clearly looks like a demon. Like if you compare it side by side, but they'll look at you and it's like, yo, all right, what we got to do? Let's take this person out. It's crazy when the witch is on a witch hunt. Facts. They'll be saying the Care Bear is like a narcissist or like this crazy demon sent from like the underworld or something like that. The stories you'll hear about you is like very insane. Shalom, appreciate the follow. And if you guys are in this chat, I know for a fact you guys have went through a smear campaign. You don't hit this frequency without at least going through like a lot, if anything. Lost count of like all the smear campaigns you went through. And when you guys were probably young, you probably thought it was like a normal thing too, because your family would just do a smear campaign on you, just like, and you'd be like, all right, that's what family does. Like family would be gossiping about you on like doing smear campaigns in your face. Like this is insane. Now that you guys are aware, they do this stuff behind your back, but when you were young, they'll literally do a smear campaign in your face, and you just be like, oh, this is normal. And then you grow up, and then you start talking about certain things, and you're like, yo, that's not normal. How many of you guys like have that had that happen to you where like you thought you had a normal childhood, and then you opened up a little bit later in life, and then people start looking horrified, or people start telling you like, yo, this stuff isn't like normal? Drop ones in the chat. Like, are you okay? He's like, that wasn't normal. Like, what do you mean? You're literally opening up about them trying to like sacrifice you or something, and then they're like, it's like, oh, I just thought that was like that just happens in all families. I'm gonna let you guys know there's some people out there, they grow up in very normal family systems. Like family dysfunction isn't a normal thing. One second. But yeah, family dysfunction is not a normal thing. So if you're opening up about situations that you probably thought was normal, you're probably not gonna have people give you like a normal reaction. Someone said normal families without intense dysfunction. Yeah, like once you grow up in a certain childhood and that's all you know, you don't really have anything else to compare it to. You start thinking that stuff is just normal. Appreciate the rose. Starseeds are usually born into corrupted families. All by design, though. At least that's my belief. Like I believe like we truly chose to get born in these families because it is a way to awaken us at an early, like, or not early age, but at least start planting the seeds. And that is my clear cognizance of like that inner knowing. Can you tell me more about clairaudience? Yeah, it's basically like clear hearing where you can get messages like through sound. So sometimes like you'll have music like just give you messages. Like sometimes music will let you know everything's gonna work out. Sometimes your twin flame is trying to send you a message. Like if you get that feeling from the words you are hearing. But when you're super aware, you're able to just be able to tell like in that moment, like you're not even gonna question it. Like even people that talk to themselves and the things they are saying out loud, that's basically your clear audience. Appreciate the heart, man. My partner was like, you were abused? Man, that's how it be. Trying to date someone that comes from like a healthy dynamic, sometimes that's like a little challenging because it's gonna be hard for them to understand you. You would try to like open up about like your issues, but they only look at it from like their lens. So they don't think that what you're saying is either possible or that it really happens. Hearing random songs in your head all day, that is clear audience as well. If you guys have like that one song that keeps playing in your head over and over, it's probably trying to tell you something. I'm tired of this. A Constance, you got it. Just keep pushing. People can't hear my story. It's gonna be very few people that's gonna understand you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like I don't really I used to crave to have people understand me, but I understand I didn't come down here to be understood. Me walking in my authentic truth, I'll attract people that think like me. But if I don't really get that nowadays in real life, like I don't really be tripping. like how I used to though. Like when you first awaken, that's something you're gonna want a lot. Appreciate the gift. Thank you. You had no one because of an awakening. Yeah, for a lot of us, that's like a coming to passage. If you guys in here have lost everyone or you lost a lot of people from awakening, drop a ones in the chat. Also, my phone is running out of battery. So if it randomly dies, just a heads up. But yeah, look at all the ones. That's like it's like a coming to passage. A lot of people are only around you because of like the shared frequency and shared interest. Some people will probably not be around you if you don't play video games with them anymore. You don't go to the bars with them anymore, which sounds insane saying that out loud because you guys could probably love people even with different interests and stuff like that. A lot of people only want you to be around because you provide something like there's some conditional like benefit you have. So when you become different and they switch up, you start being confused. You're like, I thought we were friends forever, but they were more so like we're friends forever as long as you do this. If I don't do things for them anymore. Yeah, some people, yeah, that's the crazy part. Like conditional love is like a spectrum. Like some people love you on a condition, but it's like a small condition. Some people, those conditions be like very crazy. Like you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this and that. And if you don't, I no longer love you. Those people, I would I would get away from those people. Very transactional. But the crazy part is they truly believe that that's like love. You get me? And then I be because I be thinking about that. Like love to me is like a subjective thing. I feel like everyone experiences love like differently. So I be feeling wrong sometimes if I tell someone that transactional love is wrong. I just be thinking sometimes that like it's a spectrum. And even though it might be love in their eyes, it might not be healthy love, if that makes sense. And I ran so far away. I love that song. I don't have friends because I see through people. Yeah, very hard to like be friends with people if you are able to see through the manipulation, the mind games, because a lot of people just do it. And a lot of people don't even know they're doing it. You just got to find like other authentic people. But authentic people is like a rare Pokemon, like I always be saying. There's one point in my life I thought I was the only one out here until I start going online. I start meeting you guys. People always try to hurt me because I love. Some people are damaged on the inside and they don't think they are deserving of love. People like that, I suggest you get away from them because if you stay around them long enough, they're gonna show you why that is the case and try to push you to leave them. What would you guys rather happen? What would you guys rather happen? Like, I guess this is more so like a narcissist versus an avoidant. Would you guys rather be around somebody that doesn't think they're deserving of love and they constantly is like sabotaging and doing things to push you away? Or would you rather have someone just ghost you, just ghost you and like just like leave you alone or something like that? I think I'd rather deal with the ghosting because the added ghosting is like what could have been, but the other end of that is like, all right, it's like a super villain, and you don't really know what's going on, trying to figure stuff out, and they keep doing like some like very like bad stuff. Love and loss, exactly. Yeah, ghoster is better, and I think we've all been ghosted out here, and that's what I be thinking about sometimes too. Like I try to put myself like in the ghoster's shoes, and you never know what they're thinking. And I be thinking it's more so probably they don't want to hurt you, they don't want it to go far where you're thinking this and that. I still think that situations like sometimes deserve like a conversation, but I can still understand like their way of thinking. Oh man. Hey guys, but I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go get some food. Been on a long fast. Thank you guys for popping in. Shoot me a follow if you're on TikTok. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Link in the bio and pinned right there. And yeah, cool stream. I feel like we talked about a lot of cool stuff. I am probably gonna do calls on my TikTok next time. So make sure you pop in. I appreciate it. Thank you. Remember, guys, stay your Care Bear selves. Don't let people convert you. Don't let people villainize you. Don't believe the smear campaigns. You guys are meant for better, meant for greatness. Stay the shining stars that you guys are, and you guys have a beautiful Sunday.